Welcome. This is a session 0 that we're going to be running, Max and Phil and I, as we get ready for a campaign. Yes, I am maybe foolhardy is the right term, enough to think that we can do a 4D campaign. So far, it's been mostly one shots. You'd agree? One shots that stretch out to maybe 2 or 3 sessions, or thereabouts. But we're going to try to push that a lot further and see if we can get it to work. See if it breaks down. See if we can. I think it's going to work. But here's I'll share this with everybody. This is the overall goals. The goals of this the experiment is, one, to string together a campaign that lasts more than just 1 or 2 weeks, but I'm targeting a half a year to see, and then we can reassess at that point. One of the criticisms that we sometimes get when we're in this co-creation space is that there's it's more difficult for the world to retain its internal logic if players are able to add to the definition of the world. So increasing definition could lead to some inconsistencies or incongruencies with the world from session to session. So I want to look at, see if we can have a consistent world, and then provide greater opportunity for character evolution. Now, I do think we have had character development in our one shots, but it's hopefully going to be even more apparent when we have a succession of game sessions where things can really start to change over time. And then the other thing I've mentioned, because we kind of joke about this, you got to be a campaign means what? Like, you have to get engaged and be tied at the hip for the next 1 to 2 years. My thought is more that we could have this ongoing game at a regular time, with some flexibility, of course, depending on who can make it. There'll be a different set of players, and maybe even a different GM. So after 4 or 5, 6 sessions, maybe we swap out. Someone else is going to run a game in that same campaign, same fictional world, and then go from there and see how that see if it's feasible to do that as well. For tonight,
you said
yeah,
you're
sorry,
going to call
go
it.
ahead.
You said you're going to call it Bronstein.
Is that what that is?
Right?
Bronze? Is that the current thing on X? Is that we got to be talking? I think that's already passed. We're back to, what is the cycle? I get mixed up in the cycle. What is the current?
Call it that. You have to. You have legal action coming after you.
But I thought that was old news now, and now we're on to backstories. But backstories,
I don't know if the law
now it's something about the lady with the teal colored hair. Something that she said.
Yeah. She just read the book after 10 years.
So I'm not up on that. So I'm not sure what we're going to leave all that aside.
Okay.
But thank you very much for bringing in the current events. I think that's important. Current events.
So we could date the stream.
Any comments on the overall goals that I've got here? These 4, are those okay? Do you agree? Shall we adjust? What do you think, Max, Phil?
Good,
I agree. No, I'm good with that. Do we say that we try to do like kind of West March thing, or like where we have to go back to a safe haven?
Oh, yeah. That's a great question. And this was something that was asked to me by someone else.
Cast of character, right?
So it's going to be a revolving cast of characters, or a broad cast of characters. Does that mean that we're going to attempt to do more of a one-to-one time? Are we going to bother with that? Or like, I have to admit,
the Bronstein kind.
If we are going to do more of a strict timekeeping, I'm all for strict timekeeping. I'm just not sure. I haven't done a lot of what is described to me as Bronstein.
Are we unironically doing a 4D Bronstein?
We may actually turn out to be doing that. And the only drawback I have is I've listened to our friend. Now I can't remember, Harmony Ginger. When she was describing it to me, my initial thought was, Max, Phil, and I all have busy things that we're doing in our lives. I'm not sure we could play run a game. Well, Max, you say that, Max, but your stories are incredible. I won't share it because it's not my story. But Max was telling me about his exploits just last night, and it's way more exciting than anything that's happened to me in the last 3 months. So at any rate, it was I don't know if I have time or you have time for a play-by-post resolution.
Yeah, that's the part I
mechanic.
don't like about this.
I don't.
Bronze
I have a hard. I tried doing that. I have done that in the past. Just I didn't know what it was called or what trademarks I was infringing upon. But I still, it was hard for me to keep up with that. And what I found when I was doing this is that some players would take advantage of it, and I'd get emails and I'd respond to those emails,
Right.
and then other characters wouldn't. And so, well, what happened with them? Well, we're not quite sure. They just stood in a corner, I guess, with a pointy hat on, counting backwards from 1,000. I don't know, to see what it was that they did versus what the others were doing. So
I think we can all agree we don't want to do that.
yeah, I think that's it's not really in
no
my
in between,
wheelhouse,
like,
but
the play happen around the table, right? Virtual table in our case,
Mhm.
not outside, right?
That's right. That's right. It becomes,
I think that's-
especially since I envision, I'm hoping that some of our other friends will be able to join in, if
Yeah.
only for a session here or a session there. But the campaign continues. The campaign, not meaning that I'm starting with this set idea of where this is going to go, but just that I'd like the world to persist for 6 months, that we have that, there's obstacles coming up and they may change over time as some get resolved and others do not. So that's
So you're
what I was thinking.
you're thinking it's gonna be sandboxy, I imagine.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So the first question I have is, are we going to get actual character progression?
I hope so. That's
Okay.
that's what I'm looking for.
So you
Yes.
do want to do like levels or XP or
That's a great question, Phil, and I think it will depend a little bit on when we get down into the objectives for this session, which is to determine which game system we'll use.
okay.
Some game systems, of course, lean a little heavier into that leveling idea, and
Mhm.
I can see us doing that. I think that could happen, but it does depend a lot on what we decide for genre and tone, because that'll inform what we pick in terms of game system. Max, you've talked about this in some videos where the setting, some game systems will enhance the setting or enhance the genre, whereas others will constantly be fighting against it.
Yeah, well, I'll say like that the system influence the tone a lot.
Yes.
That's usually what I say.
But yeah, the level mechanic, I think we could see that. I envision that happening, especially over a 6-month time span. That should happen.
Okay.
I'm okay also, like, if like the level progression, the character, the mechanical progression basically is limited to stuff like, contact, equipment, stuff like that, right? Just like,
Is that mechanic?
well, kind of, right? It's on the verge. It's a bit. Contact will not be
Sounds like
mechanical.
narrative progression.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. Right.
I'm making that up. I
But
don't
also,
know.
like, if we do one time and we say we aim for a 6-month campaign, that would also mean 6
We're not
months
doing that.
in-game time.
Are we doing
Mhm.
that? Are we not? We're not doing that. Are
No,
we?
we discussed about it, but we haven't concluded yet.
Well, it's an interesting challenge. It would be a real stretch for me because I am used to having some time skips, not in terms of years, but certainly weeks or months.
Yeah.
I've certainly done that.
Yeah, but then you have like these like, okay, you're done for the week. It's just like happens,
Mhm.
and then hopefully your story makes sense that you're not doing anything for a week. Or do you just like end it and say, last week this is what I was doing, Crispy? Is that what you do?
Good question. I mean,
I'm not sure. I'm not understanding the question.
So like if you are 1-to-1 time, then the end of a session is the end of everything that happens until a week passes. Right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that restricts what you can do with the narrative and when you should end your session.
Ideally, like, you should try to fill your week every session, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, certainly if you have to.
Yes.
I don't
Give
know
you
if I want to put it as a must, like this must be.
Well, we don't have
But-
to do it.
No.
Like, but we're just like talking about it, right? Just like,
Yeah.
I'm okay either way.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm arguing whether we should or not. That's the whole point. That's the conversation.
Let's come back to that. It's
don't
it's a good it's a good question. Let's come back to it, Phil.
Good. I'm
Um,
glad we don't care.
it does speak to this idea of a consistent world, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It also like facilitate if you want to, but we're not even sure of that. Like if we want to have like multiple character dropping in, dropping out, right? It does facilitate that because we all know where we are in the world at what time, right? Just like
Okay.
That's true. That's true.
It certainly, if you were to call Sandbox a tone, it certainly reinforces that.
Yes, it does. Yeah. Yes, it does.
and it does encourage having downtime, which also like encourage like in-world consistency in the sense that you need time to heal and stuff like that, right? Just to,
Yes. Yeah. From injuries.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm down for
Well, we
I'm
can
not
always
saying
give
I-
it a try. I'm okay with trying that.
I don't hate restrictions.
Mhm.
Usually it makes your storytelling good.
we can use the Pendragon time progression.
Yeah.
Where, like,
Now, I'm not familiar with
final.
that, Max. What is that?
one session is 1 year.
Oh, really?
Yes, but it's assumed that your knight is gonna do like one adventure a year, right? So then
Oh,
you do
okay.
your adventure, and then like
Right.
the rest of the year
Because
is
you have
kind of
to,
mundane.
go on campaign in the spring, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it allows you to see the life of a character quite a bit, right? And then
That was
maybe more
the Witches game we played. Witches of
the system we
Dunkirk.
use, yeah.
Mhm.
So anyway, that's something that we can discuss later on, but
Yeah.
because maybe I think we should choose because also like that's going to be more appropriate depending on different setting, right? Depending on
Yes, it
different
will.
tone or whatever, depending on like it can be appropriate to some type of game and not to some other, right? So we should maybe put a little pin on that for now. What do you think?
Yeah,
Phil?
let's just table that for now. We'll come back to it, and I think that it's got me
What would
thinking.
that
I'm like,
be?
okay, how do I do
If you were
that?
to do 6 months, are we talking about playing every week? Or are we talking about playing? Like,
Yeah, my intention is every Monday to have a game. Now, the game, I understand that there'll be other games. Like Max is working on a game that you and I are in, and I'm really excited for that. So my thought is that Monday we would have I would run, or someone would run this campaign game, even if it's only for an hour and a half. Like if it's just a
Yeah.
brief session or something, or even if it's just one on one, where let's say Phil, Max is busy and you're available, so it's just just a two of us, and we'll still run it. But the intention is to keep it going for on a weekly basis for the next, well, like I said, for the next 6 months. Obviously, there'll be holidays in there, I'm sure. And sometimes they'll have to, be weeks
Yeah.
where we don't have anything. But I'm aiming for more consistent than inconsistent. And then hopefully, as that happens, there'll be an increased number of people that would like to join in, even if it's just for a session or two, and the game continues. So that's what I was thinking. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Now, you two, of course, well, the three of us combined, have the advantage that we can decide the genre, tone, and create the world together. So let's move on to that, and that will help us decide perhaps some of these other things that we've already mentioned. So, Max, you had some thoughts that you had shared
You got some
already.
genre tone thoughts?
And
I have
let's start with that.
well, first of all, I want to throw a curveball as a suggestion, and feel free like to reject it, either of you, right? But I've been wanting to play Korvac again.
Korvac.
What's that?
Wineslayer.
Korvac Wineslayer.
Oh,
So
That was easy
was-
D6.
is that my easy D6 one-shot game where you were a dwarf?
yes, I was a dwarf. You were a goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Your
we were doing the I think it was C actually. We were doing
I think it was. I don't know. I think it was
whatever it was. That was a you know what that was? That was our dungeon crawl game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see those character
Do I want to be the plant goblin again though?
in different.
No, maybe
But
not.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
That's like that's a
That's a
curveball.
separate issue. Yeah, it's a separate issue.
Yeah, that's like I'm throwing that. Because I'd like to see those character, especially like the dynamic. Like we can establish that the two character like have known each other for a while, have been working together. like I'd like to explore that more in
Mhm.
different setting than just a dungeon crawl, right?
That's a really interesting suggestion. Let's just stay on this for a minute. We were using Easy D6. Now we could change, but I like what my thought process is that when you mentioned that, Max, my mind immediately went to, well, that would be an interesting challenge for a campaign
Yep.
because there's really no leveling up in that game. Now you can't. There's some optional rules where we could do that, which means that all of the progression is going to be a role play,
Mhm.
and that might actually be better for us, filthy drama kids that love the role play side of things. Maybe that is the right track to take, and that would be so. If we're to stay with this, because I think it's an interesting idea, what would the genre tone be? Would we mimic what we did already, or should we flesh it out? There wasn't a
Well, certainly
whole lot.
fantasy.
It would be
Yeah, it'd be
fantasy for
fantasy.
sure.
But it would be like
high magic.
we're already like, sorry, go ahead and Phil.
I was just saying it's high magic too.
Yeah. And we established already like that, kind of Korvac and what is your name? Like Grinch?
Creech.
Creech.
We're
is
kind of
what
like
it is.
mercenary kind of folks, right? So
I realize now that I stole that from Summoner Wars.
That's okay.
That's also something
love-
that
Pay
he
them
was
a
a desert
royalty.
goblin. He was a desert goblin in Summoner Wars.
really. So there's Desert Goblin and Summoner War.
Oh my god, I love that. I love that card game / board game. So good.
No.
I don't know that I want to be Creech. I might switch it up.
You
The
could switch it up,
question
of course.
that I'm thinking though is, do you switch systems, or do we like our Easy D6? Is Easy D6 a viable 6-month epic campaign?
That's a good question.
That is a really good question, and we've had I've had some conversations with Eli about this because his group did run
He's
Easy
big into
D6 for like a
D6.
year or something. Like they did it for a while,
Mhm.
and they did find after a while that there was a certain degree of sameness that appeared. But
yeah, and I
feel like
can see
because
that.
it's so simple, the tactics kind of get figured out. You kind of end up beating it a little bit.
Oh, that it's a solved game, like
Yeah.
checkers. It's solved.
But it's also like always a kind of push your luck kind of thing, right? So
Mhm.
Yeah.
and you have to accept like, or am I gaining karma or am I spending karma, right? So like
Mhm.
I think that's still like interesting decision to be taken. One thing that would be a plus, a bonus in that case, is that's a simple system. So if we have different people joining in,
Yeah,
it's
that is
quite
a
easy
bonus.
to teach.
Yeah.
The negative,
Certainly easier to
yes,
generate.
for a long-term campaign, we might fall in the fall in the sameness, but also there's not that much characters, so you're gonna have like
No.
characters that I like a lot if we have a lot of people joining, right? Like
I don't
if you
think
do like
that's
a
gonna be a
brute,
problem.
you don't think it's gonna be a problem?
Also, we don't really care about progression. Let's just be honest.
No, that's not the goal. The goal
And
is
the idea that you said, narrative style progression. I think that
Yeah.
totally works in Easy D6, especially
Also,
because they have those. I forget what they're called, but those little statements that you get advantages with.
yeah. That's your
You
what is it
You
called?
can
I'd have to
award
look
those
up.
as like titles for achievement. And then
Also, I want to stress one thing, that because like Phil says not that interested, and that's fine if you're not. If you're not that interested to be Creech again. But my interest in that thing was to explore this relationship a little more. So if you're not interested in that, right, already like
so you don't want Creech. If there's no Creech, then there's no Wine Slayer.
well, it's less interesting to me suddenly, right?
I like
so I don't want
Creech?
to put that pressure on you like that. But that for me, like that was like the thing that I like, this kind of like duo, the way that this duo was working, right?
They were kind of like, it did seem like there was like a depth to their relationship.
Yes.
Well, I think that part of that was that I thought that both characters had personality, and that there was some interesting interplay with those personalities. Like there's definitely Korvac had a personality. He was actually there was and same thing with Creech. The two of them, it just was It wasn't so much a mechanical thing. I don't think it came from the system. I think it came from the embodiment of the characters by the two of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it feel like they had history together, and the fact like it's the dwarf and the goblin together that can feel weird, and it feel
Yeah.
like they did, and like
And we're also like the C string of the mercenary team.
Yeah,
Even though we're like highly capable, it's just because
Yeah.
we're so unreliable.
Yeah. Yeah, because
It's
like
pretty
people
good.
look down on you because you're goblin. Like like I want to explore like how those two like that's probably like come up if we have like more time to talk. Like how those two come out to work together and stuff like that, right? There's like unanswered question
Right.
that you feel there must be an answer to it because like the dynamic was good, right?
It was good. It was a
Also,
good dynamic.
the basis of their relationship or the whole like premise of the game lends itself well to pop-ins and pop-outs because it's a mercenary band.
Yeah. But
You know,
that's
that's a
just
good
one
point.
idea. We don't have to stay there. We can explore some other thing, right? But I just wanted to put that on the table.
Do I want to be a plant goblin?
And if we don't do that for the
Also,
campaign,
I also
we can
really
just
like
do
this.
another
Like,
one shot with those guys some other time too, right? It's
we
not
could.
like
We could always do that. Yeah.
so
also
you
really
don't have
like
to put, like,
the treasure hunting aspect of him. He's like he smells treasure.
yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, well, I'll think about it. Let's put it on let's put a pin in that.
Okay, I've got it down. We'll come
try
back
to find an alternative that's better. And if we can't, we'll come back.
It's a good option. I'm intrigued with it.
For sure, one shot. It's already
100%. We've got to come back to Korvac, but
yeah.
Okay, well, what else? What other things? You'd mentioned a pirate game, Max. What do you think about that?
It was I believe it was a pirate post-apocalyptic Western.
Not pirate. Like at first I mentioned like the three separate, but I say, well, if we don't like mix them together, it's a bit silly, maybe.
Pirate implies like water.
Yeah, ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Western.
Space pirate, I guess.
I don't know how you do Western and pirate together, other than
land ship.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
It's an interesting idea. You could say, well,
I don't even hate like if we have sand crawlers or something.
Yeah, like I was going to say, it could be instead of we know how much Max hates trains.
If you were to hijack caravan, would that be a pirating thing?
Banditry, so yeah, a form of piracy.
What if there was like dune seas? You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, yeah, and people have to cross them because there's no water anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll die within the day if you're.
So not nautical. This is desert. Okay.
Or
here's an idea. It's
post-apocalyptic,
kind of right? So we could say that the oceans have dried up, that there is no water is extremely scarce, and you're a pirate.
People just cross the desert on the bottom of where the ocean were.
Just make water. Just turn water into gold.
Yeah, water is gold now.
Yeah.
Gold.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Currency.
Yeah.
So, like Waterworld, basically. Waterworld.
Yeah. The opposite of Waterworld.
What did they do? Oh no, they sold soil, so it was kind of
it was dirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, if we don't want to do like the Suncard thing, we can also like do the space western, right, kind of thing with space pirate western kind of thing.
Okay.
Like the Firefly style.
Yeah. Which that's a little more traditional, like.
I think I'm less interested in that than the Dune Sea, but I feel like we do desert a lot.
We do.
Yes, we do desert a lot.
There's a certain reason why that happens, Phil. I'll give you one guess as to why, Mr.
Awesome.
Desert Goblin.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Every game,
you bring
every
desert.
Session Zero. So
well,
what
with
about
the desert theme?
desert
Obviously, I'm a
goblins?
desert goblin.
Okay.
There's Space Western's not.
Like we're gonna do like the desert space pirate thing, and Phil's gonna play a goblin.
Yeah, exactly.
For some reason, yeah.
Either game, I'm playing a goblin.
Okay. Those are some other options. What other?
Big Bad mentioned he liked the idea of playing a 40K game, but he's not here, so I don't know if he gets a vote.
To be honest,
the issue I have
I'm not a big fan of the 40K idea.
Yeah,
but I would like I could go something in that direction, kind of Space Marine power suit.
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't make it like 40K per se, right?
Okay. What is a better version of a power suit in space?
StarCraft
Yeah.
could be it, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
You're just a Marine.
The Space Marine
You're a
in
Space Marine.
40K are not human.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're
That's
superhuman.
interesting.
They're altered.
They're like exactly. They're too altered.
They
to be
were given a
readable, in my
gene
opinion.
seed, and
Yeah.
that gene seed changes them.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
The other issue with as much as I'd love to play a 40K game at some point,
Starship Troopers.
yeah,
Starship
you
Trooper
could do
could be it.
Starship Troopers actually,
or
something a little
Halo.
closer to the book where the power armor is actually serious. It's not.
Well, Halo's engineered.
Yeah,
right? Master
yeah,
Chief.
Master Chief.
Bioengineered.
Yeah, but if you do like the ODST, right, the orbital
Do
drop,
ODST instead of the
not the Spartan.
Spartans.
I don't know that much about Halo lore.
So ODST is your orbital drop shock trooper.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like
Stormtrooper.
that, stormtrooper or something. But you're just
Stormtrooper.
highly trained, modern day. What would you call that? Paratroopers.
Yeah,
So, commandos. Yeah, you're commandos. You go
They're
in
kind of like the
behind enemy
SEAL
lines.
6 team.
Yeah.
Drop from a spaceship.
So that's
behind
that's
line.
another one. Let's put that down here. More of a military campaign.
I gotta be honest, I like the idea of StarCraft more than
StarCraft.
Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
StarCraft would be interesting. Let's see if we have any comments. People, BattleTech, Space Western.
Or we
sounds
could
cool.
play Imperial Guard. We don't have to play. But then you don't get cool body armor. You can't be like elite as much. I'm sure.
Although-
Oh yeah, and
BattleTech.
if we do like 40K, the thing is like there's a lot of lore already, right? That we're, and then you have lore nerd, right?
Do you mean like the stuff that we don't have to know?
Exactly. We're gonna be kind of shackled by that.
We're playing 40K.
Well, that's what I put in here. Is that because I'm hoping for a game where many people will have the opportunity to drop in if they are so inclined, and that might be a little challenging if it's. Yeah, I understand it's late for you. It's hard if you have a background in it. It could be super easy, but if you don't, it can be pretty intimidating. Like you'll stumble into some lore videos from Luton or something, and it's 2 hours later, and you've just scratched the surface of one chapter.
You're like 2 months in, and they've retconned in women's Space Marines.
Yeah, as much as I think it would be really cool to do it, I think it might be. It might be too.
We want to do like the whole creation. We want to allow people to assume stuff about the world and make this thing world. And if we have like such an established franchise, there might be like, and that's why even when I say like StarCraft or like Halo, I'm saying it shouldn't be like strictly that. It's like inspired by that, right? Just like that's the starting point.
Right.
And,
I agree with that.
But we do our own thing.
So what would if we can, I would prefer to roll it back a bit to the StarCraft tier.
Yeah.
And not be super metahuman.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
So what is our world like in StarCraft here? Are we going back? Is this also Space Western? Can our Space Western have power suits?
Well, you could have there's always like a bit of it's like a new frontier, right? So there's a bit of a Western theme there because you're expanding to new territory, new colony and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now you're dealing with the native, maybe.
There's a lot of Texas accents in
there could
StarCraft.
Be. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, like the Texan would ever go to space, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk, Kirk. That's not a bad idea, and we're going to come back to that once we get this nailed down. We're going to start looking at systems as to what we can do.
Yeah.
But
there is a Dune RPG. There are actually more than one.
There is. Yeah, there is. But it's a lore monster, right?
Yeah.
Dungeon Minister is correct. It's there's just a lot there. Okay, so let's as Phil was saying, we're going to stay on this space Western military type thing for a bit.
Yeah.
So
check it out.
a little bit of a frontier town feel. We're just starting to get some economic
Okay.
incentives. I don't know what that is. Is that what we're talking about? And we're marshals. Maybe there's some marshals.
Oh, so like
We
we
got
could
some
say it's
power.
marginally economic.
Yeah, some
No.
kind of
Or
gold
what
rush
about like a
style.
gold rush?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, something like
What
that.
I was seeing was humanity expand,
Mhm.
and then like the Zerg arrive all of a sudden
Okay.
and attack like colonies, and then we have to deal with that, right? Just I don't know. Or we expanded too far. Do you want to
Yeah.
do like the mundane day-to-day stuff, right? We're living in this colony and like we're howdy partner.
No,
Let's go
probably
to the
not.
saloon.
Yeah, no, probably not. Although it would be a cool aesthetic because you could kind of mix that.
I
The
think that if
saloon,
you have the Zerg types, then it needs to be kind of like a zombie apocalypse style where like the real threat is the other humans. You know what I mean? It's like there's these outlaws that also live on the outskirts. Or do you just
Well,
want to have like a Starship Trooper style game? Blast everything for 6 months.
yeah. Well, we maybe we need to move from colony to colony to figure out what's happening there. Is there like survival? Did the Zerg type came
You
here?
got it. Where's the depth, bro? That's all I'm saying. Like,
is that going to be? Is that become
Yeah, but you're right. There's
a
be like no,
mystery
we don't have
or
any problem here, and then like
action
yeah.
or intrigue, like politics?
Why are we going
Giant
from
cats.
place to place?
Giant
Giant
What are those called? There's
The
a name for it.
Kilrathi?
Yes, that's it. Yeah,
We're talking about Wing Commander right now?
yeah. The Wing Commander ones. The Wing Commander cats. All right.
if like, when you do the military game, there's
Why are
always
we
like
going everywhere? Who are we? Are we marshals?
Well,
Is that
let's
a
before
marshal?
we go there,
Marshal.
because I think that could the answers to that I think will be
Scout.
More designing or
those
world
questions that
design.
you're asking, Phil. Those are going to be applicable to whatever genre tone we choose.
Yeah.
So let's try to narrow down the genre tone first. Like we've covered a
Okay.
bit of the pirate western, space western. We've kind of morphed into that, and then we were talking initially for those that are just joined us. We talked a lot about the mercenary fantasy mercenary group as an option.
So
Is there anything
the
else that you
space western doesn't sound like space. It sounds like we're turning it into like alien world western. Or are we going to be on ships pretty regularly?
If we go from place to place, colony to colony, maybe like like in StarCraft,
Sorry if I went.
the
Sorry,
Protoss.
you said not to do again, Crispy.
What? There's like in StarCraft there's three faction. There's the Terran, which I assume would be the Protoss, which is an advanced civilization that have ship as well,
That's right.
and then
Already.
the bugs, right? So
Yeah,
could that be like something that bring you back into the space a bit? Because sometimes we're on ships, sometimes we deal with the more advanced species,
Exterminatus.
and then sometimes we go on the
Oh,
land,
yeah.
right?
Let's look at, maybe you got some good suggestions here. I'm going to show this.
Okay.
Maybe an alien empire that controlled much of human space collapsed in dramatic fashion. You guys are exploring human colonized worlds to see what happened there. Interesting.
Yeah.
Or like Big Bad was saying, it was a big empire. Now it's either fallen apart or falling apart. And
what if
pulling
we
back.
So
what if the space western thing, we are kind of pirate, that we go from planet to planet where the Zerg passed, so we try to go and salvage the remain of like what the people flee the planet, and we go to try to salvage shit, right? And then we get on wacky adventure doing so.
I would so rather not be state sponsored. I'd rather be like a capitalist in that situation.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We're not state sponsored. Exactly. We're just going like there's the government
wreckers
that created everybody because like this threat coming, and they say, well, we're gonna go back and try to steal the stuff that people left behind. So we're kind of like playing on the line, right?
Yeah. And then so we're also a little bit smugglers occasionally.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I think in all that thing, like, I feel like whatever, like we almost need to be like kind of like independent group, not state sponsor, like kind of like
No.
kind of in the
In
gray
that
zone, right?
situation, for sure. Yeah.
It
Or we
now
could be
some characters may
PMCs.
come in being state sponsored. Like there, you could have a character come into the game.
Yeah.
It's maybe he's a spy or he's an intelligence
Spectre.
officer. Or he's just maybe he's just an administrator,
Cop.
and he's
Yeah.
We
Or-
could be PMCs also.
yeah.
And then we're PMCs, and then a new player could be the salvager. Then we're like, okay,
What's a
so they just
PMC?
hire us up. A private military company.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like Blacks, what is it?
Well,
called?
you know, you can do
Blackstone
both
or
on the
not
you can do
Blackstone?
both on the same time, right? Sometimes you get like
Yeah.
PMC contracts, sometimes you
Yeah.
go work for yourself.
Depends on the skill set. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of interesting because it is then essentially a mercenary sort of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe some are. Private military contractor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm down for that being the space western.
So let's go with that. I think there's a lot there. So are we okay with that as
Are you asking if
kind
we're
of science
locking in
fiction?
this for the campaign, or
are we
No,
locked
just
in
like-
there, or do we want to come?
That's just like we're not locking that in. We're gonna
Okay, we're not
explore
going to
other
lock it in.
options.
Let's go to the next one. Okay,
Okay,
we've done a lot on that one. Let's try something else.
You thought we forgot about Korvac Wineslayer already, Crispy?
Yes, I'm all for that. Like I'm easy. If we want to do Korvac or we want to do more of a space western on the bleeding edge mercenary salvage
Now
team.
call me a lame-o guy, but what about just a classic Walking Dead theme? There's zombies. We're building a society. The end.
Yep.
That's it.
That's a
Try-
possibility.
It's just so easy.
Yeah. We're like
solos. I like
2
that.
years in the future.
I
So
like this.
A whole 90 days in the future from now.
Yeah.
There's a zombie apocalypse.
I love mix.
or we do like 6 months. So like when the campaign ends, it's when we started.
Yeah.
It's concept.
Okay, so let's stay on this a little bit, Phil. Here, so you're like
Okay.
a classic
I mean,
zombie thing.
it pretty much speaks for itself.
So this is
Yeah.
this is really a survival game, right?
Yeah. Survival, whatever.
Definitely in that post-apocalyptic genre.
Definitely can have the pop-ins. No problem.
Okay,
All kinds of different plots you could get into.
I'm gonna call them drop in.
We could happily kill each other. It would be great.
We can play like very mundane character, mundane people.
And then resort to cannibalism halfway through the first session.
After a few days, right?
It's been a few days.
Okay.
That's true. I mean, you start with the cats and dogs.
You
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna have this
Right.
conversation again.
so mundane characters. Oh, what else? Okay, so this would be near future or it's just
Current
modern,
day.
modern
Next
current day?
year. It's like a year from now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
How many days do you think it takes before it's like the cities are getting bushy?
like a week.
Like a week and you got bushy cities?
No, okay, so bushy cities. Yeah, okay, so maybe a year or so.
Give it a year.
But that's something we can discuss if we want to go this route, right?
If we
How
want to
far
go
would
that
it be?
route, okay.
Like how long? Like is it just a new thing? How fast did it spread? Like
Yeah.
how are we like trying to accommodate?
What I
it?
was worried is that this game would be very similar, except obviously not fantasy, to Max's Bastard Sword game.
Ooh, yeah, we
It's
don't want to
pretty
tread on
different.
that.
It's pretty different.
Yeah, it's pretty different.
modern and
Yeah.
but it can be
Yeah.
very different.
And it's zombies, right? It's kind of different. But That's it's still like a possibility.
Not passion-driven psychos.
Oh,
like
okay.
zombies.
The fervent. Yeah.
You passionate psychos. Who won the
Who won the
election?
election? Yeah.
You'll never believe it.
You'll never believe it.
It was a total like come out of left field.
Yeah.
Remember how they didn't take RFK Jr. off the ballots?
Yeah. He won the
fucking
election. There we go.
Yeah.
Fucking won.
And then in revenge, the pharmaceutical company.
Yeah, this is a good comment here. We should. That's it. Personally, feel like if you played one zombie apocalyptic game, they're all the same. So hopefully, you can guys spice it up like Pumpkin. You know, there's one option.
I've never played a zombie apocalypse game, so
Me neither.
Well, let's keep going.
Okay.
That's an option here.
It is low hanging fruit, and it's right
and we can combine them too. Like that, we could certainly combine them. So far, we've been more on the.
What would you do the system on that, or are we not talking system yet?
Not yet. Let's stay
Move
on the
on.
genre first, and once we're clear on the genre, then we can go from there.
What
We've had
about
one comment already that they were looking more for a horror genre. So
I got the horror game. You ready?
But we have a horror game in the hopper with Max's game, and I think it's going to be really good. So
okay, well,
it's gonna.
I got an idea.
Oh, what's your idea?
You can shoot it down after I say it. What about like an Abyss game where we're in like an underwater facility and then like weird shit's going on there?
I like the idea.
Can we stretch that for 6 months?
I don't know.
Well, what I'm thinking is if it's I don't hate it.
It's all about the environment.
Because I like
this is probably a one shot. What I'm thinking.
I like the constrained small, and like the world's fairly small. It's just the abandoned oil derrick platform or the oil platform, and then underneath that there's something else, and then underneath that it slowly expands.
It's a one shot. Let's not kid ourselves.
Maybe more of a one shot. Okay. I don't hate it though.
One shot.
I really don't. The C Lab thing, like the
C Lab 2021.
Yeah.
Roleplaying here.
What about a Steve Zissou game?
What's that?
What is that?
Oh, you never saw like The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou?
No, I've never seen.
Oh, you should see. That's a great movie. They're like it's like a pastiche of a Jacques Cousteau, right? They're oceanographer.
Oh, okay.
So they have their ship and they go around and they.
So we're filming a documentary.
You know what?
There's
over the course of 6 months we're filming.
Yeah, exactly. We're filming the documentary. They have like financial.
It does sound interesting.
Ironically, that sounds kind of awesome.
I'm going to call this genre just realistic. Okay.
I really like the idea of us trying to film a movie.
And the realistic.
And then they have to figure out financing and shit like that, right? And then like find the equipment.
How do you figure out financing in an entertaining way?
So this is a genre that I don't see played a lot. It's realistic. So you could even be modern day treasure hunter.
Yeah.
With
hanging in the Caribbean,
a documentary crew.
Yeah.
And in a conflict zone.
Yeah.
Like there's
that can get like very heavy.
Yeah, it can be really heavy. Or you can keep it lighthearted and just keep it like that, right? You could just
well, you got 6 months of games. You can do whatever you want with every session. The tone can switch.
Yeah, the tone can change over time. Absolutely.
And it needs to switch to explore.
Yeah.
Well, and it's good to come up from air, so to speak, right? Like you
need to have that slice of life.
So this is like this.
Sure.
Yeah, this is a slice of life.
But also we're now hostages.
I'm the captain.
Someone has had their ears.
No, I'm the captain now. All right, so that's an option to do a realistic.
I mean, that's also easy to bring back the boat thing, right?
Sure it is.
Yeah.
Sure it is. Now this one here.
Are we trying to film? I know this is off. I apologize again, Crispy.
No, you go
ahead.
What
if we were trying to film like some endangered species or something?
Oh, like you were doing like a Blue Planet or Planet Earth or whatever those ones are. An endangered species.
or cryptid.
You're
Search for a cryptid.
Phil. Are you
Cryptid.
determined to get another one of my videos with a community notes or whatever that I had on one of my videos?
Did you have one because of me?
I did. It was crazy because of something I
was it?
said.
Why?
What
It
did we
was
talk
something
about?
about climate change or something.
Oh,
Oh, good.
I
wanna see that.
got scolded. Okay, so the endangered species, you'd have all of the the mundane.
Like,
This is
I would do like
mundane.
the cryptid, but like if we have like a good reason to believe it's real, right? Just like, oh, we're gonna be the first one to fucking see it.
Well, that's where we could bring the mystic in too.
Yeah.
Like, is it an endangered species? Like,
Yeah.
Loch Ness, or
Yeah,
Bigfoot.
Oh, so maybe
Sasquatch.
we are
Same thing as Bigfoot.
running we're doing a mini series
Pogo Pogo.
wherever we're filming episodes,
Okay.
and we go to find a cryptid every episode.
Well,
Okay.
that
It's
could be
about
it, right?
search.
That's
cryptids.
interesting. It could be episodic, yeah.
Yeah.
They all could,
And
but
you know,
it's like every episode.
but
But
that's what's
we're
interesting.
filming
Like if we're doing a TV show, right?
Yeah.
Then
Oh, okay.
that's our goal, is to we have to find content to film, but we also have to find like, then maybe we deal with other issue.
Occasionally we have to fake it. Like we have to.
Occasionally we have to fake it. Occasionally we have to go
Put the
look
sheet-
for
put the sheet
financing.
on.
Occasionally we have to do like presentation.
It could be like that. Like the monster of the week. The idea that have you seen that fishing show where it's the guy that just goes and pulls huge fish out of like river monsters? I think is what it's called.
Yeah,
Is that what it's
River
called?
Monsters.
River monster.
I've heard of that show.
It's something like that.
Now we're getting.
It could be like
notes.
It could be. What is it? It could be a murder mystery. You could make it like an unsolved mysteries too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that's the treasure hunter. Maybe it's
Yeah,
unsolved mysteries.
X-Files has a wide range of
Yeah, it
like,
could be like that.
themes. Is that
Yeah, there's
sounds kinda cool.
there's some things we could do with that. I don't see too many realistic.
I want
themed
to talk about how we started with realistic and ended with X-Files.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
No, I think it's like, I think it fits, like, because like you have like real life people that investigate those shit, right, and make up stuff, right? So the tone is still realistic, but
I like the idea of one of us being a fraud and the other one being a true believer. Also,
yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And
Like
we
you
get-
could have characters where one's just a straight up con man, and the other one's like, it's real. It's all real.
like
But
one
there's definitely,
episode.
like-
One episode, it's like my job to fool Max into thinking something's really happening.
That's every epised. Let's be honest.
Every episode is like that. Bro, I'm getting some readings. Where? It went away. It went away. And then I just look at the camera. Joan.
It could be like it could be. What is
Did
that?
you see
That's like
that?
that's like a what is it? Ghost whisperer
hunters.
thing. Ghosts.
Yeah,
Um,
Ghost Hunter.
ghost
Whatever.
hunters. Is that what it is?
That's a cool
I
idea.
don't know. With the Zag.
Is that a 6-month game?
I don't
I don't know if it's a
That's-
6
I don't
month
think
game,
that's a
but
6-month
like
game.
it might not be a 6-month game, but it's a game I want to do at some
It's a
point.
game I want to play.
It is totally a game I want to play. Space truckers go from planet to planet, dispelling myths by showing they are ordinary alien animals until there's a viral zombie outbreak at a
Oh,
lab,
smart.
or the
Smart.
Zerg
They all need
attack
Zerg.
or something.
Yeah. Smart.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, let's move on.
Led by a dwarven berserker.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dwarves.
okay, so any other genres?
We
that-
obviously have to get one more in here.
well, let's get one
Yeah.
more, so we have something else.
Because
that's
you put a
little
dash,
different.
right?
Huh?
What have we not done? We could do a Roman game. We could
Time
do a.
traveling.
Oh, I hate time traveling. Can we
Oh,
not do time traveling?
We don't have to do time travel.
Let's not do time traveling. I hate
Propose
it.
one, Crispy.
If anyone's gonna have a hard time with it, it's the GM probably.
It's just so hard. The reason why my initial response, Phil, is just no, is because it'll be so hard for us to, as it is, by co-creating the world, to keep things consistent and logical. And then you add times traveling on top of that, and like, well, now everything is broken all the time. So yeah, I just worry that it wouldn't work.
Okay.
All right, so time travel, no.
Roger Rabbit.
We could do comedy.
No,
No.
get it out.
There
We
you
could do
go.
superheroes.
No.
Could do a super game.
You already have a super game going
I
on.
mean, why haven't we talked about gangster?
Because we did already.
Did we do it already? Is that played out?
Well, we could do something different. We can always come back to that, but let's have this be different.
Okay.
What else?
Okay.
Dungeon Minister suggested a 6-month Wendy's RPG campaign.
Napoleonic naval game. Interesting.
Comic book stuff. 6-month Wendy's RPG campaign. He's just being cruel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How dare you?
How dare you, sir? Take it back. Well, maybe we have enough to choose from. Is there?
I mean, just out of respect to Max, we should talk about a Renaissance era game.
No, like we did that enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And if we do like the Korvac thing, I think it's kind of itch that's a bit, right? I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, well, maybe we don't have another one. Maybe we should just pick one.
We may have enough. I mean, I think that we've put a lot of time into
We could do like the pure Western, but I don't know if I like.
I like the idea of a pure Western,
like building a train across a continent, but I don't know if I like personally. I don't know if I could stretch that for 6 months. And I hate trains, so I'm the one that's gonna always try to sabotage.
Why do you recommend trains so much?
I wonder if the Western
because I don't know, people like trains, and I'm trying not to be selfish.
Yeah, he's trying to appeal to a certain audience.
All right, so I think if we were going with space Western, that probably encapsulates the Western enough,
and it's certainly totally different.
Yeah.
What about
I like that a lot.
Like a domain kind of thing, right?
Sure.
Domain game.
Domain game. Do we want to do that for 6 months?
I think any of
you
these
almost have to do like for you almost sorry.
Could any of these become a domain game? Like that's I would be fine if it.
None of them could.
No.
What? And all of them, with the exception of maybe the TV show.
The TV show is going to be hard to do a domain game unless we do like studio. We each have a studio.
We launch out on our own. We start our own.
Yeah. Or a TV channel, and then we compete against each other.
No, we go straight to the podcast land, and we're going to be our own. And
then we do collabs sometime.
Yeah.
And we start to get like, we end every session by don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone. So that our like and subscribe pandering can be in character.
Yeah.
All right. So
domain play, but like also like like the Walking Dead is a bit harder, right? It changed like the vibe,
unless we create our own enclave.
It lends itself very well to like a worker placement situation, I would think. You get so many people in your colony, and then.
All right, maybe we don't want to do that anyway.
The advantage of that, Max,
we've talked about this one time.
Easy to bring new characters in, like if we're doing domain play.
We talked about this one time where we were like rulers,
or
something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we could do that, but maybe we each run a galactic empire, and for some reason we're hanging out. I don't know why.
I think domain play works better when technology is lower, because then you're forced to move and do something yourself with your character, right?
Okay.
And when you have a setting where it's expected that the king is going to be on the battlefield, shit like that, right? When you're just like, oh, I'm just a president, I'm just going to sit there and call people on the phone, right? You don't want to do a phone campaign, right? Everything.
Yeah. What's that wizard game we talk about when we talk about domain?
Oh, that's
what
I'm going to put this in because I like that a lot.
That wizard game where you're a wizard, you have a wizard character, and then you have like someone's running their wizard, and everyone else is like an entourage to the wizard.
Oh, Ars Magica.
Yeah.
Who talked about that?
Once.
No, who talked about that?
Huh?
You mentioned somebody mentioning that game.
Yeah, you.
Oh, I did? Oh, okay.
Oh, we talked about it a couple times.
Yeah. But sometimes I'm drunk, so I only talk about Ars Magica when I'm drunk.
Okay.
So, what is a true crime game like?
You kill people.
No, you're trying to solve crimes. It's like a mystery thing. It's a
Oh,
crime
can we go on the other
thriller.
side?
Like, what is that?
Detective, like
Like True
like
Detective?
a True Detective kind
Yeah,
of
it's
show,
like True Detective.
but hopefully less boring.
Yes,
What?
True Detective, or
You are the most slow burn movie fan I've ever heard of. How are you
Yeah.
calling True Detective boring?
Yeah, I just thought there was not enough meat.
this
Too much
that could
sauce,
be
not enough meat.
a crime thriller can be that would be interesting as something we could layer on to some of the others that we combine. So if we put like space western, we could have a crime thriller.
Sash.
You know what I mean? We could do the both. You could do both of them.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't talk about Cyberpunk or like something like
Yeah, we could
Blade
do.
Runner or some shit like that, right?
We could.
That's something
Yeah.
also we never did. Are we excited about that? Is anybody excited about that? There's always a bit of Cyberpunk that can like slip into like those space one, right? Just like,
Yes.
oh, I have a cyborg arm for some reason, right?
Sure.
So people assume would say,
You describe things in such appealing ways. Like, I got this fucking arm for some reason.
yeah, it's my old
we have had
character
a
now.
few people in like there was someone earlier in chat. He may not be here anymore, but he had mentioned BattleTech.
Yeah. I don't see how that's a game. I think I've heard this discussion a few times where it's like if
Yes,
only
that's something
one
I'm very
person
confused
has
by
the
as
mech,
well.
what is everyone else doing while the guy's in the mech?
They're all in mech.
But yeah, we could do a Robotech game.
That the challenge there comes back to the same kind of issue that we have with 40K, is that there is kind of an established lore. Are we just
No
going
one
to?
knows Robotech lore.
Oh, just
Who
me.
cares?
Sorry, it's just me. I know it.
There's Zentradi. There's Invid.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The masters, Robotech masters. Okay, that's more of a.
Well, I certainly don't know any BattleTech lore. I can tell you that.
I don't know
I know a
much
bit
about
more
it.
about all,
I know a little bit.
lore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played some
little
video
bit.
game of BattleTech or
There you go.
Mech Warrior.
Okay, so let's get rid of these bottom three because we're clearly not going to, or bottom four, because we're clearly not doing any of those.
I think we can safely get rid of those two.
Okay.
I like the crime thriller.
We'll keep that as a
Maybe we
single.
should have left them in case like we want to keep that as a for a future idea, right? Keep that.
You know what? That's maybe something we should do. Yeah, that's true. Big Bad does make we can always make things up. It's fine. As soon as we start playing with it, it's different anyway.
Yeah, I don't want to have like a deal with lore nerd in the comment section.
Yeah,
that makes me feel like very punchy.
I don't know that
why do I want that?
I don't think anyone that follows us would expect that from us. I think they'd be disappointed if we were like, no, actually. In the Space Western, you could have a mech in a Space Western for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's eliminate one.
Okay. Which one would we eliminate? Man, I really want to play this realistic game, but it might be better as a one shot.
Maybe not a one shot, but maybe 6 months is a bit long.
Maybe that's too long. Okay, so we're just gonna say that.
Just gonna delete.
We're not gonna delete
them. Just like yeah.
I'm just gonna put it in parentheses.
I said you could get rid of one, and you're getting rid of the best one.
No, I love this.
No, but like, do you think we can? Do you think we can stretch that for 6 months?
I don't know. It's
I'm
gonna
really
be a
into
challenge.
it, to be honest. I'm really into it. I'm just worried that, like, I think one shot would be not enough.
Yeah. I think we can get rid of the zombies, Phil. Zombies to me is more of that's more of an obstacle. It fits better in the Space Western.
Well, when you do the zombie game, it's more about the survivor and the people. Like the zombie are just like a backdrop. No.
I'm killing the zombies, Phil. I'm gonna put it down here for later.
Oh. Shout out to the cat. Yeah, that's more.
Actually, what I should do is let me undo this.
Put them in parentheses.
I'm gonna just put that. and then I'll put it down here, and we'll just put it in parentheses. Okay. All right.
The crime thriller as well.
Oh, I really want the crime thriller. Okay,
Not
but
for
you're
6
right.
months.
You're right. It's probably
That's
probably
a lot of
best
them are
to
good
do it.
idea.
How are you gonna do it in 6 months?
Yeah.
What?
It's
What?
it's
Zombies easier than crime thriller in 6
Yeah.
months.
I agree with you on that, Phil. But Crispy doesn't want to, right? So
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's in control of the document.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
Man, this realistic one does sound like a lot of fun.
Doesn't that sound good though? Like honestly, it sounds
First
like
one you got
so
rid of. I
cool.
don't know what we're doing.
Oh,
But like, we're not getting like if we definitely doing that someday.
we've got to do that. That sounds so good. Yeah, you're right. You're probably right, Big
And
Bad. That's
like,
more of my
we
idea.
definitely gonna do that. Like I said, I think like 6 months might be a bit long, but we definitely got to do that and give it some time. Maybe 3 months would be good for this one.
Maybe
right?
that would be good for 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah, because like if we want to go like to the mundane stuff as well, or like the difficulty of making a movie and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And play with that a bit, and then play with the actual making the movie, like change in tone.
What is
we
that
need to
even
get some
like
time.
when you're like, we got to get funding for a movie?
Yeah,
Is that something
This-
you want to role play?
Well, it depends
Yes.
on like depending on the character. Absolutely. If you're playing the
depending on the character, like you're this
Yeah.
weirdo that do like those weird fucking movie, and then you have to go deal with money people.
yeah,
That's true.
then
If you like
try to convince
really played your character well, it would be a good time.
Yeah,
It would be
and then
great.
yeah, you can have like beef with other filmmaker that are also trying to get the money, and they try to get you like maybe get late to your appointment and shit. Like you
I
can
think
go
these
you can
two,
go
like,
goofy with it.
combined, just
It's a lot of fun.
oh yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
That'd be great. Crime thriller, realistic, documentary. I think these.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so good. Okay, so let's go up then because we haven't eliminated these.
Okay.
Let's talk about the desert theme, post-apocalyptic
The sand crawler pirate ships.
sand crawler. Yeah,
Almost have desert fatigue, I think.
Yeah, that's the only problem with it.
What?
I think so. Yeah.
Let's skip it because desert fatigue.
You know what? You're right.
And Sandcrawler pirate ships can easily be a space western one shot.
Absolutely. You could go to a planet that has this theme, right?
Yeah.
Water is currency, what have you.
So the question is, are we going back to easy D6 dungeon crawler game?
I'm okay with it.
Or are we playing new space western game?
What do you think?
Both I'm alright with, to be honest.
How do we make this
Or are we saying
feel
realistic,
different than just yet another Firefly game like Serenity? Like, what are we?
The way
I
that
think
you
if you
don't
do the
make
guy that
another
tried to,
Firefly game is you add power suits, I think.
Yeah, power
That'd be
suits.
helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like if we do the idea of like those guys that kind of like a bit shady and try to go after people evacuated
Mhm.
to steal shit, right? Or maybe like during or whatever, right? I think there's something interesting
Leaning
there.
on this here, Max, the salvage team, privateers, mercenary.
Yeah.
Just kind of lean on
And then sometime you do some PMC contract because but like kind of like the kind of play a bit on both sides of the law, right?
Yeah.
I think there's something
And-
interesting there.
Okay.
You can have the power suit, but power suit is not something that excites me like in itself, right? Because like
Mhm.
I don't know what it adds to roleplay or anything, right? Just like I don't know.
Are you saying
Well, I
you
mean-
say you're pro power suit or you don't care about power suit?
I said I don't care. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Like I'm not against them, but they don't. It's not something that
less
excites me.
Western.
What I like about
First and
them
foremost,
is the same reason why I think it would be cool to have a mech introduced in a space western is because you could have an obstacle where there's let's say a whole town or region that's being ruled by the one guy that has a mech, and it's
It can be
maybe
something you
go
have.
down,
Maybe
just
one of the
take
guys on the
take his
crew.
mech, or
Maybe
saying
one of the
like
guys on the
robot.
crew got a mech, right? A smaller mech, maybe.
smaller,
right?
maybe
the
just
side of the
power
one in
armor.
the Alien.
Yeah.
Like a big like oversized power armor, basically.
Yeah.
Like Glitter Boy, right? They're not
Like a
like they're
Glitter
not
Boy,
30 feet
sure.
tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Something
could
like
have
maybe one
something
guy
like
got that, and then like it's super valuable.
Sure. You
So
could
if
be a
it breaks down in
warlord.
the
You just
desert,
have
then
to
we have
have
to go
a
rescue it, right?
Yeah.
There could be like adventure like linked to that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
We need to have a lot of like conflict between the team.
Yes.
I think it's really a question of, do you want to play high fantasy again, or do you want to play sci-fi? I think that's the two drastic differences, because they're both mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in tone that are similar in those two.
Yeah, so it's more like, which genre do you prefer?
Okay.
Yeah. Like the space western thing warmed up to me quite a bit as we talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, like the other one, it's really about like exploring this relationship between Korvac and
Creech.
Creech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
How much they're bros.
so in that point, like that depends on you. If you're okay with that feel, because it's like that kind of force you into one character.
Mm.
And and also it's something that like
let's pull the chat.
it's also something we can go back to some other
ask the
time,
guys.
right? In one shot, right? We
and-
can do another one shot later on with those characters.
Yeah. Let's ask chat, weigh in on this. Help us
Do you know how to
decide
make
here.
a poll in the chat?
I have no idea. We'll just say
We
it's a
can make
twist
poll
that
on
you
our
can put
YouTube,
in on a dungeon crawl.
Oh,
Yeah,
but we have
Kirk.
three channels running it, so
Yeah.
everyone go to Crispy's.
Treasure Planet makes me think
Yeah.
of almost.
Well,
a
we
Space
can
Western
see all the
style.
chat. Like press 1 for the Korvac, press 2
Yeah.
for Space Western.
Press 1 for Korvac, 2 for Space Western.
Yeah, Rune makes a good point here. Is that this is going to be a 6, and I just reiterate, this is going to be a long-term game. The nice thing about the Space Western over the high fantasy is that you can have dramatically different locations. Dramatically different. You can go way different places. You don't have to be on one planet.
If we do Space Western, like that, I like to limit. Like I don't want to be too goofy, like with too many.
No.
I'm just gonna say Space Western.
Well, that's what the chat is saying as well.
Chat's saying this too.
Okay, right now.
The advantage of the high fantasy, though, just to play devil's advocate here, is that we're expecting new people that are watching how we're trying to stay in character. Forget it. I won't even say it. Everyone wants to. We're going to go with 2. But I was just going to say that we're trying to have it so that with this long running game, other players can just drop in. It's going to be a little harder for the Space Western. You're going to have to, those that are dropping in the future will have to be up on, they'll have to watch a show or two just to get the feel of, okay, all right, where are they again? What's the planet like? What's the tech level? Whatever. Yeah.
Also, one thing that I say against the Space Western is that there's just 2 of us. For me, that's a bit weird.
Okay.
You would expect to have like a bit more of a crew.
Yeah, you need a crew.
You need a crew,
well,
right?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
true,
want to NPC them all, right?
Well, if there's one thing that Crispy's gonna have, it's a prevalent NPC.
What? I'm not the NPC guy.
Every discussion.
GMPC. You're being accused of GMPCing.
I'm GMPCing. Have I done that? Holy smokes! I probably have done it. Okay, so yeah, let's spend some more time on this. Then we've got the genre. So we're going to do a space western. The tone. What kind of tone do you think, guys? What do we want to go with this?
So we're going with the space western now.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going to go with it.
I mean,
and that's good because it already opens up some possibilities for systems as I'm thinking about it. Okay, so space western. Let's just here. How do we want to do this? We'll just say tone.
Rugged.
Obviously, we've got the Firefly. Serenity. Yeah. That's an option.
Just occasional. I forgot an occasional Event Horizon episode. Happens in Firefly too. But.
Right, they do. Yeah.
With the Reaper.
That's kind of what we're talking about. Like the tone has to switch to explore the setting effectively. You have to switch tone between adventures.
Okay.
Because there has to be a dangerous element. There has to be a
Okay.
Are we doing a
profit.
kind of Cowboy Bebop kind of thing?
Firefly. Yeah, that would be about sure.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, but Cowboy Bebop also for a long time they're just the two of them, right? So that's fit,
Yep.
I guess.
that fits. Yeah. What else?
They're bounty hunter in that. That could something we can explore as well.
Sure.
Maybe part of the job that we do sometime, right?
Yeah, I like the idea of bounty hunting with side hustles.
Okay, let's put that in here.
Not very successful at anything, so we
Except getting out of there with their skin intact. Usually.
Um,
Blade Runner and Red Dwarf. Somewhere in that spectrum.
yeah. That's
that's quite the spectrum.
Yeah.
Red Dwarf. Okay. So let's see.
I feel like we've almost done everything already, except for game system.
well,
So
we
we've
need to
got-
discuss
we
like
need-
if we
We
do
need to
like
start where we're gonna. We have to start, and I think it's.
do a new document.
Yeah, we do.
What?
Okay, I haven't erased it.
the
It's
one.
still here, but we need to talk about the next things.
The world building.
Yeah, let's do a little bit on the world building, and let's try to limit ourselves a little bit. Try to keep it small.
Low res. Let's keep it
We
low.
need to determine what is it? Determine or determine?
Determined.
Undetermined.
Determine the tech level, right?
Okay, let's just that's a
And,
good place to start. Tech level.
The expense of
Basically, want to steal
the
everything from
colonization.
Firefly as far as those decisions. I like Firefly's take on it all. Question is, do you have like a warp drive? You know, like
Yeah, like that's the big one. Like, how do you
Yeah.
how do you cross from planet to planet? Do you
Is
go
it
faster
all,
than
like,
light?
Oh,
we're
okay.
going
Do
cryo
you
and we're
cryo?
sleeping for a century.
I don't want to do cryo.
I don't want to do cryo either.
What about gates? Instead of
Gates I like.
spaceships, you do gates.
I like gates
Gates I
because
like, but it's limiting.
Yep.
but it's also it's a dramatic vehicle. It's a pretty good dramatic vehicle.
What if
there's multiple gates?
gates, but larger ship, or some ship got their own jump drive?
Oh, okay.
Like most people use gate, but some ship have their own jump drive.
Like Eve.
Oh,
Okay.
Is that how it is?
Like on Eve Online.
Yeah, I never
Okay.
played it. I don't have that type of autism.
you're on the spectrum, but not on that spectrum.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just love trains.
Well, that's where
That's
the
one of
gates
those.
would be. Like, obviously, you'd run massive trains through the gates.
Yeah. The space trucker. We probably have like our own jump drive
So
because
let's
we
just
want to
say,
go in place where we're not supposed to.
before we go into the actual mechanics of it, is it easy or hard?
It's
is it-
easy but expensive.
Easy, pricey.
I would say easy-ish. Certainly not like Dune.
Right, where you have to like mortgage the planet
Yeah,
to
we have
go
to-
somewhere.
No, but it'd be like taking a flight, right?
Okay,
No.
so that's more like Fifth
You
Element.
gotta like
or
get into the Fifth Element. How's
like Fifth Element. You have to buy the ticket.
Yeah, but it's quite pricey because it takes a lot of resource to activate the gate,
Okay.
and that's
But if you have
that
your
might be like
private-
something that-
If you have
What?
your private ship, you don't have to buy anything.
yes,
So
but
we'll
it
just
takes-
say
it
that-
takes a lot of like fuel, whatever the fuel is. It takes out of it. So then with us, if we have our own ship, like sometimes we have to make this decision. Like,
Okay,
oh,
well, I
do we have
prefer
this first?
Stargates. I like the
prefer
idea
Stargate?
of gates to get from one sector to another sector or whatever.
Well, maybe maybe the way to resolve this would be we could say that there's gates. That's the most common ticket to buy is gates. There and
Yeah.
because
But
as the gate system gets built out, then it's this having a private ship becomes more and more of a luxury.
Yeah, it's like having your private plane, right?
Yeah.
You can buy a ticket, like even like rich people, a lot of them just gonna buy a ticket to fly somewhere because like fucking jet fuel is expensive. If you're
Right.
not Taylor Swift, right? You just like you don't just take your private plane
To
to go
go,
everywhere.
yeah.
I wouldn't know I'm Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I'm,
Well,
Okay.
I'm not gonna do
So
that. I was making
space
a
travel
political
versus
joke, but
gates.
I'll
Private
abstain.
ships very expensive. Domain of the
not sure where we landed on the faster than light. So are we saying
well,
there are
a
gates and
runcible gate
it's
would be
cheaper?
instantaneous. Like a runcible gate would be like you step out of one and into the other. Like it's that quick. Zero
Okay.
distance between.
Do you
Is
guys
it?
remember the Traveler game with the
Yeah.
heist?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like that.
That's the system I want.
That's what we had. That's what we had. Like
Okay.
it's not instantaneous. It's gonna take like a few hours. So it's
Oh, okay.
fast enough that it doesn't really
You
matter.
got to get in like line. You got to get in a
Yeah, you
line.
have to get in line. But also, even in that game, we had like the idea that the bigger ship can jump themselves, right?
Yeah.
But it's
Mhm.
just like for most people, it's not going to be economical, right? It's like
Right.
Yeah.
Power draw
Yeah,
is
you
too
need,
If you
high.
need to get freight around, then you're going to use
Okay.
the gates
Okay.
because
Yeah.
it's
So
cheaper.
that
Yeah.
um
but like for the
pretty good.
military and stuff like that, or for people like us, maybe that are like kind of bad guy, maybe we have our own ship with their jump drive. Maybe it's a bit unreliable, or maybe it's
Yeah.
cost every time we want to jump, like it costs us a shit ton of money. So sometimes we try
Right.
to avoid it, right?
Right.
I think that's an
Yeah, like
interesting decision that we.
capitals have their own
Yeah.
gate creator.
Yeah, and maybe we just have like this smaller ship that we've somewhat retrofitted from a
Okay.
salvage, something kind of like janky.
Right.
You like that idea?
Yep.
I don't
do.
know if I like that idea.
You don't know if you like that idea?
I don't know.
Well, especially since if you're gonna lean into this
if we're gonna get it
the
immediately.
salvage team privateer side,
Yeah.
if you're leaning into that, then yeah, maybe or maybe this it's more it's a warship.
I don't hate the idea.
Yeah, like the idea is to give us some freedom, but not too much.
Okay.
Right. That's what I'm going with. That's why I'm proposing that. Right. It's trying to add, we can do it if we want, but we probably cannot do it as much as we would like. So sometimes we do have to use the gate,
especially on a salvage run.
Okay.
Well, on the salvage run, it's probably the one that we just gonna go on because we're not supposed to be there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if we can use the gate, the public gate, we'll use the public gate, but sometimes it's not gonna be possible because for some reason.
You get as close as you can to minimize your fuel costs.
Yeah, the gates would be the biggest business. Like you're absolutely right. This comment, the gates would be like it'd be absolutely disruptive to everything. Depending on how energy intensive they are, because it could just if the gates are really prevalent, then you wouldn't have public transit. You would just have gates. You wouldn't have a bus stop. You just have a gate there, and that would take you to a main space, and then you can gate from there to somewhere else. You jump through 2 or 3 gates to go to work, but you could live halfway across the planet. It doesn't matter. But
the gate would probably like quite big, like in space, right? You need to get on the ship.
So I think we're going more towards this is huge. It's a huge amount of energy required to keep it open. Maybe there's a lot of processing power that's required. But
once you got them built, though, it doesn't take as much.
Yeah, but they're much less risky. Like
it's probably like you probably went with the big gate, or probably not that expensive to operate.
Yeah,
still a significant cost, but like
it's an upfront capital.
Yeah. But once it's there, then it's way more economical than ships. But maybe you need ships like you guys to take contracts to go out to new places to get the initial gate anchor set so that a gate can be opened and these ships are out there on the expanse, the expanding frontier, going to these places that were forgotten.
There's probably something about that, like expanding the gate network.
Expanding the gate network onward. And maybe this is new tech, that the gates are new tech, and that's allowing the collapsed human empire to rebuild itself. So you can add that kind of, well, maybe we're going to places that have been without for generations. And what do you think about that? No, that's
Sounds good.
No, I like it. I don't know how much we're gonna interact with that.
yeah. So let's move on to.
Yeah.
So we've kind of covered the travel side of things. Spaceships exist. Gates are more prevalent and less expensive. Okay.
What about artificial gravity?
Oh, do we just like
Do we have artificial gravity?
N-wave that, or do we have artificial gravity and then we don't have to fuck with that?
I would just say yes.
Okay.
Or do you want to have like something special? There's a gravity
Nah,
generator
I
that.
don't feel like thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, either, to
don't-
be honest.
Yeah.
It's not a
Like
lot
if
of
you're in the ship, you have gravity. If you go out on a spacewalk, you don't.
And you don't. Yeah, no, of course. Yeah.
maybe we just
And you probably can shut off the gravity of the ship with a lever or some shit, a button,
Of
right?
course. Yeah.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
turn
And then,
on, turn off.
it's
lead
tied
to some
into life
hijinks.
support.
Yeah. Probably
What
shut
about-
off before like oxygen, right?
What about weaponry?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be damaged. It can you can
I like the idea of not using too many lasers.
Yeah, not
Like
laser.
the idea of
particle,
projectile.
maybe.
so like Dune where they have drawbacks
No,
or just
they're not developed, right? It's not like you need to have like some shell or some shit, no?
I mean,
Is
I
that what
guess
you're thinking?
lasers have kind of developed now. They have like the
Yeah, but not weapon grade necessarily, no?
no.
oh yeah.
Well,
Have you seen the night vision videos of the Israeli missile defenses?
So
yeah, but those
lasers,
are for missile thing, right?
yeah, those are
they're
pretty
like
big. Those are
portable
big
stuff.
chemical lasers. Like you're talking about something on your belt, right? Like a
Or
you
a
could say
ship, right?
lasers, but with backpack, power pack.
Well, maybe they're not just convenient for like
Are they
personal
just
use.
totally impractical then? 'Cause that's
Maybe you have them for like big ship. Big ship have laser. Most
Yeah.
ship have shell, or maybe some particle cannon, like or some sort, right? Nuclear shit.
Some nuclear shit.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't
So
know.
we want to do slug throwers then?
I don't mind having a mix on the space on the
Plasma
on
thrower.
the ship weapons.
Yeah. But people walk around with gun.
But it takes so much energy. It just seems kind of inefficient
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
when you have
Energy should be a big thing.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, how is energy generated?
Should we just have like a made up power source, or should it be like
It's a petroleum.
nuclear? It's petroleum.
Petroleum. You just go feel like
Like,
we like century in the future. We haven't found anything better.
What about
They're still saying we're gonna run out of oil.
Yeah.
so
exactly.
we could do
There's only like 10 years left of oil. Like it's
Yeah,
like
those
200
guys.
years in the future.
The Stone Age didn't end because we ran out of stones, people.
Yeah.
Okay, energy generated. We still need to have something like what we have, just a form of. It's got to be something
I like the idea of
Fusion.
it being explosive. Like, I obviously
explosive.
want my my power plant to explode when it goes critical.
Yeah.
Um,
And it should be something that you need to
like-
purchase and you need to feel, right? It's not like solar
Yeah.
panel or some shit gay like
Basically, dilithium crystals is what we're wanting.
Yeah. that. Something like
Okay.
that, right?
So we're going with like what is it?
But we have
in
to make up
Avatar,
the
what do they
name.
call it? It's like
It's basically like more energy dense than fuel,
Unobtainium.
unobtainium.
but it's fuel, right? Just like,
I played a game where we had that. It was okay. So yeah, so there's a new energy source.
Yeah.
or just like thorium or some shit like that, right?
Yeah,
Thorium.
we'll say we'll call it
It's a thorium reactor.
Thorium 17, 178,
There you go.
and
Smart.
that's what we can say that's the
Obviously, we're using thorium 178. Idiots.
this is the latest
Well,
thorium
Unless
178
you're
reactor.
rolling in dough, then you can use like 194. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
194 is experimental, and it
Yeah.
may sterilize you. Okay.
And also, like, it doesn't do much if
Yep.
your engine is not designed for it.
Right.
You're just wasting your
Oh,
money.
here. Okay. Or we can go even further and say,
I can't believe the military
it?
wasted
I
all that
read
money
one
upgrading the
series of
reactor
books.
to thorium
Have
194.
you ever read the Sten books? They're like a pulp science fiction. They have a fuel source called AM2, and that's
Yeah, I like that.
antimatter.
Antimatter 2, second generation.
And that's there's all sorts of drawbacks with that, because if you don't have the proper containment, then
That's what I want. We should do that.
Fucking eat your shit.
Yeah.
Eat
Can
your
we do
shit.
antimatter reactor?
Yeah.
Can we
So,
have
like,
an antimatter reactor?
antimatter, we could say that's the antimatter side
Call
is
it
way
call it AM,
more.
call it AM3 just to one up that book.
Okay. 3.
So if your containment shield is broken, it starts like interacting with the matter of your ship and like
Yeah, and
negating each other.
Yeah, you become briefly the brightest star in the sky.
Yeah.
So yeah, very
Is
briefly.
that all like the people you're using, or is that like the two, the thorium and the M3?
I would say that those are the two. You could just say that's one being riskier than the other. One's more prevalent. Okay, so that's how energy generation is.
You're not getting a jump drive without using AM3.
Yeah, you got AM3 for jump drives
probably.
only. Yeah.
And you probably like the thorium for like daily just driving.
Yeah.
And the M3 for the, and you
Use
probably
your-
need the
use
thorium.
Use the thorium to heat water.
But you probably still need the thorium to generate the magnetic containment for the AM3.
Oh yeah. You have to have
it's also got your backup. It'll run backup.
Yeah. So if you're about to run out of thorium, you probably need to ditch your AM3 before.
Yeah, you need to eject that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
you need and that's this huge fucking expense.
Huge. Yeah, if you have to, because it's so expensive. But the good news is you only need a tiny amount of it.
If you eject that AM3 reactor, you might as well eject yourself out too.
Oh yeah. No, you just
you
find out about God.
You're not coming back to the bridge.
Yeah. Okay. So all at once. All right. Computing. Where are we at here? Is this going to be more? Someone in one of the comments said something
Can
like
we
a diesel
say?
punk.
How do we feel about voice activated computing? Do we like it or do we not like it? Do I want a computer talking to me?
I hate it.
Okay.
But maybe that's something. Maybe no. But I'm not saying it doesn't exist in the world.
Yeah.
But maybe it's something personal, right?
Yeah. You certainly can get text to speech, for God's sakes.
Yeah, of course. So what does personal computing look like? Like, do we have phones?
Probably doesn't evolve much from what we have. Yeah, we have like a device.
You want it to be simple like that, or do you want to have it be more integrated tech, like everyone gets a web in their head?
No, I would say like keep it the external device.
Yep.
Some people probably like start integrating more, and maybe at some point in the past it was integrated more, but it kind of like fell out of favor.
Okay.
But some people still do it. What do you think,
What
Phil?
are we saying? Integrated what? What are we integrating?
Well, I was just asking.
Having like a chip in your brain and shit.
Like a grid
do we have it in our brains?
in your head, or do you have like a node on your temple? Like what? How do we do that?
Maybe we'll say that started coming out back in the olden days, but it basically was
there were some
massively cancerous. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're starting to come out with some new chips that are supposedly
I like that.
safe.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was saying like it went popular at some point, then it kind of fell out of favor. Some people still do it. Yeah, there's probably like a new version that corporations are trying to push.
Yeah.
But people, maybe the stigma still remain, right? I don't know about that. We'll wait and see, right?
Yeah.
Kind of maybe people like calm down on some like daily use technology, right? Maybe
a lot of people say, hey, if you're going to get the new brain chip, I got a vaccine to sell you.
Yeah.
Well, it could be like it could lead to some interesting dynamics between the.
Try to get a community note for.
Yeah. You're doing your best.
I'm
trying to talk over you.
I can see a lot of worlds where like people like kind of scale down on technology voluntarily. Yeah. Like they still have ice tech stuff, but like they try not to be the center of their life, right? So they walk to place, they go take coffee, and people work there, right? Instead of just being.
I like this. I like this a lot. I would say that AI required for jump and gate tech. Like it's
So
the
you need
math
it for the
is
calculations.
too beyond.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe the math is post-human.
No one knows how to add anymore. It's just like,
Well, it's just that particular math for that technology. You need to have something.
So those big gate, they probably have like some window of opportunity they can open, right? For some
Yes.
like every system has their gate, and then
Yeah.
like, oh, we're gonna open toward that direction at that time. So be in the queue, right? We're gonna be open
Yes.
for 2 hours, right?
Right.
mhm.
And then before like the before the tunnel close.
It's like a
Exactly.
really big frequency or small frequency. Yes, super small frequency between the two gates. Some kind of resonance exists between the gates,
Right.
and they have to like hit the wave.
Right.
So it's
And you need to have such fast computing power on that.
Yeah, because you have to be computing what's happening millions of
Right.
millions
And
of
then to
light years
hold the
away.
gate open long enough
Yeah,
so that transit's possible and then safe.
And this probably like need to be
the constants are constantly shifting.
Right.
yeah, and it's like communication. It's probably not faster than the travel.
Yeah,
I like that. I like it when communication is not faster than
Okay,
travel.
let's do that.
Yeah. So you probably have something too that your most, and it's or maybe mandatory by law, that like ship have a communication model that when you go to a gate, before you get into the gate, you upload like news and stuff like that, and then transfer that to the like news packet,
Sure.
Yeah,
and then
it's like
transfer
a
that to
weird,
the
it's a weird handshake
Yeah.
Yeah.
that happens between the ship and the gate.
Which is
Yeah.
good.
Computer.
That means
so when you transfer to the next gate, then that people can know what is happening on the other system.
what I like about that is that with such a system, you would have faster communication with two planets with gates than you have within one system. So the
Yeah.
communication from one planet to another, if there's no gate in between the two, if
Probably like in the same system, it's probably like as fast as we would send like a message like
A
to the
few
moon or
minutes.
to
sure,
right.
yeah,
A few
that's what I'm
minutes,
saying.
right?
Yeah, like a couple minute
About
delay.
Yeah. So the gates probably do that as well. Like once they receive the update, like from the ship, and there's like every ship need to do that because there's a handshake protocol
Yep,
that
So how
like
often do the gates fire off?
all the time, constant.
Okay.
It's just the
Constantly?
destinations shift.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
probably need to
So it's not
recharge,
like
right?
it's not every day at 8:30.
I would say that like it's the major and
Well,
having
they
a
probably
gate
do
on a
many
planet would be a
destinations.
huge like that's a huge thing. Like it's otherwise because
Yeah,
then
but
you're
here's
probably
what-
do.
Here's
The
what
gate
I'm
probably do
thinking.
many destination, right? So the gate is gonna open for
Yeah.
this system on
Sure.
that day
Right.
at that hour,
Yeah.
and then need to recharge for a while. So it's gonna be
That's what I'm
closed,
saying.
and then
So like the way
Sure,
that
we
they
could do that.
function is with
Yeah.
these massive like frequency waves
yeah,
that are like super stretched out. And
Mhm.
so the further away you are, the less often it can open. Because
Okay.
the wave has
Oh,
to
but
crest.
also there's probably like an economic
Yeah.
factor, right? But when they open, like opening the gate, the tunnel is probably
Yeah.
pricey. So they wait. Like if only
Wait.
one guy want to go there, you probably have to wait.
Yeah.
So
Right.
like
Yeah.
more popular destination, the gate open more often.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so especially since they're power hungry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's probably like a thing that some people
they-
try to hack the news packet to give like false information.
And the only reason they would
Or
open
scam
is
and
because
shit, right?
someone wants to go there. Because there's all these other frequencies. Like every gate has its own frequency, right? And so like or every connection has its own frequency. And so like based on how the distance. And so the only reason they'd turn it on is if someone wanted to go to that location.
Yeah.
Because there's all these other frequencies that they can turn it to. Because they have to like dial in what's going.
Yeah. And if
So
there's
they're
only
not
one,
they're not always transmitting news.
and if
Just
there's
when
only
someone wants to go
no,
and
exactly,
when the
just when
gates are
people just when people pass that the news are transfer. Yeah. And it's probably like if there's only one guy that want to go there. So like if you're in an unpopular destination, it might take days before you get news from other system, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And if there's only one guy going to a destination, maybe the gate operator say, yeah, we're gonna wait until like we have a few more people,
Yeah.
or we're
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
charge
squeeze
you
you in.
a
And
lot
then
of
if
money.
you're at one of those rare locations and you want to go to like a busy location, the
Yeah.
busy
Yeah.
location's gonna be like maybe in a month we
Yeah.
can open it up for you guys.
Yeah.
We got a lot of outbound traffic.
Yeah.
reserved.
And but that's where I was going. Like, with those packet, like people hack their news packet system,
Yeah,
so they can transfer false information when they cross the gate.
Yeah.
Sure.
and false ident codes.
And false ident code. But like
Because I'm
that's
sure
all.
that
But the false
happens at the same
information, like
time.
now they can you can make bet or like stock placement based on the election that's gonna happen somewhere.
Sure.
Mhm.
And then if you can
You
get
can
a
game it.
false information, you can
But it would be harder to game with
benefit.
more developed systems because you'd have
But
more
it's also,
frequent travel. So there'd
yeah,
be
exactly, the more frequent
more.
travel, like they need to be a consensus thing. So
Yeah.
now like
So like
that's an interesting thing to try to hack, right?
the major hub planets would have so much
So
activity that
is the AI involved with the handshake?
I would
also?
say
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
It's
So
an
that
automated
means you have to
system.
trick the AI to give it
Well, I
fake.
would say that the AI probably doesn't get involved so much. It's just it's a
But it's probably like
handshake.
the gate authority prepare the news packet,
Sure.
and then every ship that goes through receive the news packet and transfer it back
Yeah.
at the gate that he arrived, right?
Right. But like the arbitrage opportunities in major developed worlds would close so quickly
Yes.
that it's
So
hard to do.
it's something that
But on the
abused
frontier,
and
you would have those opportunities like, wow, there's a shortage of
exactly.
this. There's we may have some arbitrage, but
Yeah.
with the big ones, no, it would close so fast.
But also like if you're in a remote location where the gate only open once a month or something like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
If you manage to hijack the news packet there, the people
Yeah.
over there might have the false news
Sure.
for
Sure.
2 months until
Good point.
until the gates open again.
That's
Well,
right.
the frontier gates are probably a much quicker way. So if you wanted to go from a frontier planet to another frontier planet, they probably don't have a big wait because no one's going over there anyways. They're
Right.
probably you develop these like frontier cultures and communities
Yeah, I like that.
Oh yeah.
that are
The
kind
outer
of have
rim kind of
their own,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because just based on the fact that they are
That
able
could-
to connect to each other so much more easily,
Oh,
so
it's
you get a
probably
lot more
or they probably have
commerce
like a
between them.
smaller gate that you have to do, like you're in a frontier thing. You don't have like a direct gate. You have to like
No.
transfer.
You
You
gotta
have to like do
go.
like
You
4
gotta
jump.
kind of like. You gotta kind of like climb the ladder of populated systems.
Yeah.
As kind
I
of a
like that.
quicker way to get into the core worlds.
Yeah.
Okay. That has lots of opportunities. I like that. Okay. So we've got communication, we got weaponry, energy generation, personal shields. What are we going to go with that? Or we just do
Well, let's not do the Dune.
not the Dune thing?
Let's not
Okay.
do the Dune shit.
Dune shield again.
Okay. All right. So political
seem to
situation,
play out
core
last
planets, outer rim versus outer rim. What is each planet? Is there an over? What do you think? Is in this setting? Are there multiple polities or is it one polity? Like what?
There's like a trade union, like the European Union and shit like that.
So we have
For
trade unions,
some system are alone.
solitary
Lots of stratified
systems.
organizations.
Yeah.
Well, here's a
Control
question.
what they can.
What do we want for? How big of a how many planets are we talking about here? Like what
Countless.
Hundreds?
is it?
Hundreds?
Hundreds? Is it thousands?
Is there a difference for our purposes?
Not for our purposes, perhaps.
Well, there is. If we say there's a threat that's threatening like the border wall, right?
How much is humanity spread out into space? This is
If we have like 12
question.
planets that are populated, it's different than if we have like thousands, right?
Yeah. Like if you have 100 core planets, that's a whole lot different than if you had 4. Like it would
Right.
feel a lot different.
Okay.
Maybe 4 is better.
I like
So,
hundreds.
I
Like
don't
there's
hate it.
hundreds of planets that have been developed,
Sure.
but
Okay.
most of them, the vast majority of them, there's like one city in some forms.
A near agrarian rural existence. Like the tech level is most
It's
are
kind of it's kind of like a
rural.
land rush.
With one city.
Yeah, 1 or 2 maybe sometime, right? Just like but like something like it's very like most of the planet are gonna be like
A
barren, right?
settlement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just people trying to like have the frontier life.
Yeah.
I want to be a governor.
Yeah.
So that
So
would
you're
mean
governor
that.
for like
Go to a new
5,000
planet.
people.
So we could say the hub planets
Yeah.
are much more developed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
What happened to Earth?
paradisiacal, like they're like a paradise. The could
The
have
hub?
or the hubs are more industrialized.
For sure.
Probably some of both. There's probably like some world that are very industrial, and some world that are like very idyllic.
It seems like the only real benefit of being on a frontier world is getting away from people.
Yeah, which is a big benefit.
Yeah.
Economic opportunity.
Or like getting away from police, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, being able to marry your cousin.
Yes,
Finally.
there you
Without
go.
judgment.
Got the
Finally.
banjos playing. Hey, Sean, good to see you. And let's see here. So, okay, so we're gonna go with hundreds of systems. That's good. I like that. It's more expansive. I like it. All right, and we're gonna say there's.
I don't want hundreds in the core though.
No,
So
no,
how
no,
many
not
in the core?
cores.
So core.
Maybe a dozen.
Yeah, a dozen would be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
A dozen planet that are like fairly developed.
Superpower.
There's probably a couple of minor planets in those systems that are just industrial, like
Yeah, wasteland.
I needed to make a manufacturing area.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
There'd
it's
be
probably-
some that would just like 100% just a
Yeah.
There's probably also
totally
something that like, a
industrialized.
lot of planets that we can go are probably not suitable for human life.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
And maybe you just go work there for 3 months, and then you have to go back to Earth for 6 months, or
Yeah.
back to a planet like Earth, like planet
Yeah.
for 6 months.
Back to the Earth class planet in
Yeah.
your system. So maybe it'll be like 12 systems.
Yeah.
That have habitable
Yeah.
mega planets.
And maybe in those frontier world, people like are a little more, lenient, right? It's not
is 12 too
quite
many? Let's
Earth
make-
class.
you might make it 6. 6 big systems.
12. I would say like 12 that are like developed, but half of them are not super developed, right? There's like
Okay.
2 class, right?
So
No?
6 major, 6 minor.
Yeah, 6 and then 100 or so.
Yeah,
frontier
it's just
world.
the frontier.
Yeah.
So let me
Shit
what do
hole.
I need to change here? So it's 12 we're not going to say 12 superpower systems. We're just going to say
12
core.
well-developed system.
well developed
Just call them core systems.
core systems.
Yeah, core system. Yeah. 2 different level, like, maybe it's 8 and 4, right? Maybe it's
Sure. There's some variety within.
you have New York, and then you have like
sure.
Just leave that ambiguous.
Boston, right?
New Jersey. Yeah. Hoboken.
I just like the idea of having places we can go to repeatedly.
Yeah.
Lots of places.
That
Okay.
matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so there's a wide variety then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And cultures.
Probably like
I would
different
say it's very
culture too.
different culturally.
Yeah, different culture are dominant, right? What happened to Earth?
What are the different cultures? Max?
No, we're not
German,
going to go through all
Chinese.
that. All we need is
Oh,
where
let's
you
do-
start.
Three good cultures.
Okay.
Are they just like stereotype Asia?
Yeah.
And then like Middle East? Is that what we have?
No. They don't have a planet.
They don't go Nordic.
Neo Tokyo.
Um,
Yeah, Frankfurt.
so
Southern European.
No, they don't have a planet. either.
Barely even gets Southern
Yeah,
European.
there's gonna be an American one for sure, right?
oh, of course, and a
course.
Russian one.
Yeah, probably.
Slavic.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Just say Western.
The Viking cowboys.
And then-
Caliphate. I like the idea of a caliphate too.
Bottom East, Caliphate, Viking Cowboys.
France. Yeah, a planet that's called France.
Can we make one the ocean world?
Sure.
That's the Asian one.
Oceania.
Oh.
So that would be
Indochina. Planet France.
Yeah, Planet France. One is just pure France.
Yeah.
There's like a Eiffel Tower in the capital
Yeah.
that is 50 times the size of the
There's
original
so many
one.
Eiffel Towers
France.
on this world. There's like 1,000 Eiffel Towers.
You could have the old. Well, you could go back and do the old empires, right? Like Portugal,
Yeah.
Germany,
Space France.
Space France.
Space France.
Like there's like the European one, but like for some reason they don't want to be part of it, so they made their own thing.
That sounds very. That's very Gallic. We'll call it. We'll not call it. We'll call it Gallic.
Easy.
Space France. All right.
Maybe we're putting too much detail now, right?
That's way too much.
Yeah, and none of this has to be real. I just wanted to talk about
No.
space
Yeah,
Brexit.
we're just goofing
Now we're
around. now.
talking. Brexit
Just
means
keep it that
Brexit.
wide
That's
variety.
fine.
Space
But we're going to
Brexit,
start.
yeah,
Where let's.
but it's
let's
Brexit.
is there anything else we need? No, probably not.
Yes.
else?
I want to talk about what happened to Earth.
Oh, okay, sure.
Is that still a place?
I don't know. The move is you could make it Holy Terra if you wanted to get a religion.
Well, you
But
could do that. You
I
could
don't
say
really want to do that.
it's. You could say it's a preserve.
No, you can say like it's a shadow
Yeah.
because it's all like the left.
It's a
the
relic. It's a
Neolithic.
relic world. It's like a post.
Oh, it's probably like still like some
What
symbolism.
if it's
no?
lost?
The homeland of humanity.
It's
Lost?
lost. No one knows where it is.
I like the idea that Earth was the center of the first human expansion into space, like the first
Yeah.
empire that then collapsed and is now lost.
So this empire is a result of a generational ship,
Of
Yeah.
course.
and it jumped and lost its navigational data.
So now
They're
it's
like,
Earth is
"Alright,
just
Well, it
a
didn't jump because it's a generation.
rumor.
Earth is
ship.
some forgotten empire
Yeah.
somewhere else.
it's more
We
of a
don't know.
mythical place.
Our astrological charts are totally different. We don't even know where the hell. Probably in a different galaxy.
Maybe in a different galaxy.
We don't have a gate to go there.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Some treasure hunters are looking for it.
I heard there was
Oh, that's
rumors some idiot was
And there's probably still people there. Maybe not.
Maybe there's people
Probably
there.
an
Maybe there's
entire
some
empire.
interesting
probably
tech.
10 times the size of ours.
Maybe the people there are missing. They've gone post-human. Don't know where they
So
are.
so people left Earth on the generation starship. Then they founded
That's
this
what-
new colony, and then this colony developed the gate,
Yep.
and then they start spreading from there. But they
And
didn't go back to Earth.
But they didn't go back to Earth. They're not sure where it
Yeah.
is.
I don't know.
Okay, we can do that.
We'll go with that.
That hand waves away all that. Now we don't have to know. Or maybe we will in this 6-month long campaign. Are we Cylons?
We
Something to
don't know.
consider.
Is there like cyborgs? Android?
I thought we were like had a distaste for AI almost.
Yeah.
but maybe we don't.
So no.
Um,
Or maybe they are, but like very not convincing, right? They're very like appliance.
Yeah.
okay, so
People disregard
really
them,
want
right? You don't want them?
Get them out. We
Get
could
'em
do
out?
it. We could do synthetics. But I think that they should be. I'm either for having none, or
I would say it's
make it a playable race. I'm
No,
either for.
well, my
down for
thinking
either
is if there's hundreds of systems and there's a wide variety of polities and cultures and laws and customs, in some places synthetics would be more accepted, and in others they're not. We don't serve your kind here. Like, what do you,
I
or do
don't
you want
know.
to just say they don't? It's not a thing.
What if they're just like at the level of like looking at the motherfucker in iRobot, right?
Right. So they're more okay.
What do you think, Phil?
Maybe it's a one shot and there's a frontier planet where a dude just wanted to build robots.
Oh,
But
maybe.
that's the
Yeah.
extent of what I want to do.
Okay, I agree with that.
Well, let's keep this ambiguous.
Okay. I'm not super into robots.
Me neither.
I'm kind of tired of them.
How about that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Nah,
I
it's-
like rumors.
what?
Crackpot
Rumors. Yeah, okay,
theories.
yeah,
what I
rumors.
call 'em.
Yeah, and yeah, could be not true as well, or maybe
Yeah,
like
it
it can
could
pass
not
as
be
human,
true.
like
Yeah.
like AI writing can pass as writing, right?
Right.
I'll say what I said in Zonalar's game or Nicholas's game that's coming up. If there's robots, then they have to be hot,
Oh, you and your hot robots.
because that's how you develop good robots. Is you give them
Yeah.
to the porn industry.
Okay, so synthetics.
But I don't
Or-
want to do that.
Okay. And anything else in terms of tech that we want to nail down? How's learning? What's education done by? Is it computers, personal computing? Is there a wide web?
Well, it's wide web, but it's limited by system, unless until you get like those update by the gate, right?
Yeah, the archive's there.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are academies.
Yeah,
Sure
there's
there
like
are.
regular schooling.
Yeah. You can get-
Especially,
there's
so you'd have
internet
this you may have this
university.
interesting thing, like schooling would be either like on either side, right? You'd have AI, but you'd also have, the school on the frontier. You just have a schoolmaster, right?
Probably like in the
For the wealthy.
AI, like I would say that AI might be like for the middle tier, like the wealthy world still got people.
Okay.
And the
What?
frontier got people schooling.
It's schools. People are teachers. What's the problem here?
Okay.
Why are we making it hard?
I don't know.
It have
AI
to
is
be.
good for frontier if you're alone.
Yeah. Okay. This probably doesn't matter.
I mean, just how
If it comes up, it comes up.
how you
So-
would expect it to work.
I'm just wondering, like, how do
Yeah,
people look
and-
things up? How do you know stuff?
And also like
That's-
that probably like change
Yeah.
a lot from system to system. So right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'll just leave it at
those
that.
things are fair to keep weird, right? Keep vague. I mean.
Yeah.
I would
wanna
like to
keep-
get it as far. I would like to lean away from AI and robots. In this
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, I can I agree with that.
Okay.
Like it fell out of there was a craze at some point, but it fell out of favor.
Yeah.
Sure.
People are not into it. They're
Yeah.
disgusted by it.
Okay.
Some world would be more,
Should we
but
just
like,
Should we just say that there was an AI war and move on?
no.
Yeah. The
No,
Butlerian.
I wouldn't put it that
Yeah.
far. Not AI war. Just like
Okay.
people just say, yeah,
Usually not worth the trouble.
It's lame.
Like-
Yeah.
it's lame. Doesn't do what we want.
If you make
And-
it too smart, then they stop doing what you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
and also make people lazy, whatever. Right. So what do we do for character? So we said we do that. Those like
We
bounty
world build?
hunter, that
Well, this is
Did we
more.
just world
This is
build?
setting. This is more of like the whole setting. Let's do a new
Yeah, I think
one
that's
here,
enough.
where you start.
wait, system. What do we talk about? Do we talk about system? Are we doing traveler?
No.
This is very easily a traveler game. But
Yeah,
you're saying no
I
travel.
feel like
I mean,
going
we
away
could
from
do-
traveler for
You
some
could do
reason.
Traveler if you want.
Why are you
could
saying no?
Well, I shouldn't say no.
Well,
it's a good
why
system.
did you say no?
I was wondering if we should do something else, like
Okay.
do a different system.
I feel like we should do something else as well. I don't know why.
What is Stars Without Number? Is that the same
Stars,
as
I have stars. I could do stars without number.
Is that
Stars
the
without
same as
number
the-
is Worlds Without Number, but in space.
Yeah, I don't know
Was
if I
that the
want to.
Rising Sands game?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Okay, so it's OSR stuff.
Yes. Yes, it is.
No thanks.
Okay.
I don't want to roll a d20.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, but I feel like Traveler is too predictable in a sense.
In the way that
Maybe
it's
it's
the
like-
perfect system for this game.
No, you don't like. I know. I feel like I would like something a little wilder. No,
Okay. What do you mean by wilder?
where things can go wrong, right? I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
What else? What other systems could you suggest? Oh, let's just put it out here. So we have Traveler as an option. I know how to. I'm a big Savage Worlds guys, but I'm not sure it will. Savage Worlds works best in person. I have a hard time with it online. What else? And I like Savage Worlds. Don't get me wrong, Kirk, but it's
total party skills.
Yeah, that's always an option.
An option.
The progression is a little, but I don't care about that. So who cares? Is there an easy d6 for space?
No, but I was thinking, can we do it without like busting our balls too much? Because
how
it's
much
pretty simple. Like, you got like the ranger, well, it's the guy with the guns, right? And you got like the brute.
Okay.
Fist fight. I don't know. Like,
Just
it's
say
vague
Lucian.
enough. It's vague enough that you can probably, like, most of the class can probably, like, the face guy is the bard, right?
The problem will be the magic stuff.
Yeah, we just
Although
cut it out.
You could just cut it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. What
So you
other
just
ones?
get, like,
I don't know if it's worth it to do that, but
yeah. I don't think I want to play d6 like that.
no.
I like Karma.
Yeah, that's, and I feel, I don't know why, but I almost feel like, I don't know why, but the way we talk about this game, you almost feel like I want to have like a bit more heroic feel than Traveler would provide.
Right.
Okay. The problem with Traveler for me is the character creation. I want to actually create my character.
Yeah.
I don't want any
Instead of
randomness
the life
involved.
path.
I don't want the life
Yeah.
path, even though it's fun.
Well, I think in
I
the
also feel like
Traveler
I always have to
Companion, there's an
I
alternative.
don't want to be 32.
Yeah, I don't want to be an old fuck.
No, but if we do the Traveler Companion, I think I don't think you have to do the whole life path thing.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
You can pick your option.
Okay.
It's probably the thing to do.
But I don't know. I don't know why, but I feel like I want something with a little more pizzazz.
Okay. What has pizzazz? Does Stars Without Number have pizzazz? I'm
I
not.
think so.
Yes,
I mean,
a
I
bit.
like it.
Okay. I mean, if you guys are into it, I'm fine. I like that it is a sci-fi game and we don't have to redo to do
We
anything
don't.
to it.
We don't.
Yeah.
So I don't want a tool TPS either. So you're gonna have to. You have to merit
Now, when
skill.
I did Worlds Without Number, our Rising Sands game, I made everyone 5th level. Shall we do that again, or should we scale it back a
No.
little bit?
Scale it back.
Okay, so maybe like 3rd or 2nd or
3,
something.
yeah.
I want to experiment with real progression, like system.
So you want to start with like 1st, so you're just brand new, wet behind the ears,
I don't know.
can die at any moment.
That's kind of
That might work,
punishing
actually.
situation, right?
Hmm?
Yeah, let's do that.
What kind of class do you have with Star Without Number?
Okay, so let me just pull it up here. So I do own this one.
Let's just lock in this pickle and figure it out.
Stars Without Number.
Are we locking that in? Because like it is OSR, right? And
It
It
is.
is. You're gonna roll a d20 and you're gonna have small modifiers.
we had like problem with like like the
Plus, there's a free edition, so it's easy for people to join.
Oh, that's nice.
what's the fucking name of the thing? When you miss but not quite miss, you still like
Yeah, you have shock damage.
damage?
basically. Yeah,
Yeah.
You still have
That was bothering me a bit.
Shock is
So-
bothering you,
Yeah.
so you don't like the shock.
But shock is really a melee thing,
I like
and this is
I
gonna
like
be,
the shock that it make the game less swingy a bit. Like you don't
Yeah.
like just miss, right?
Yeah.
But I don't like the shock in the sense that it needs a lot of like out of character talk.
True. You'd have to just say such and such damage shock.
Yeah. It's one of those. It is a drawback, but I don't know that there's a way around it.
So there's a lot of
I agree with you. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
the only class that we would probably leave out would be the psychic class.
Oh yeah, we leave that out for sure.
We'd leave that one out, but there's a ton of focus that you
Is there a cyborg class?
Was there what? Psionics?
Cyborg.
Yeah, I think in the deluxe one.
So you want to go back to the robot thing now?
No, I was just wondering if there was another class that we weren't going to use since we're not using cybernetics.
Yeah, they're called VI, virtual intelligence characters. So you would just not use those.
Is
robots
there one
in
that's
VI.
like clone? What's the game I'm
not
thinking
unless you say it. If you wanted, you could have it. Sure.
What is the game I'm thinking? I think I'm thinking
Your
of
true
these-
artificial AIs. You could have true AI characters, but we don't have to do that. We can leave that out.
EZD6 has a post-apocalyptic one.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, there is.
I think it has like clone and shit like that in it. I'll look it up.
Yeah, look that up if you don't mind. But I think stars. I think we can make stars without number work.
Yeah, this is the one with like Android and clone.
Where are my books?
Okay. All right, we're 2 hours in, getting there. Just seeing.
What is Cephas Deluxe?
I don't know it. I think it's.
What
Isn't
about the
that like
Alien-
Classic Traveler? Isn't that what that is? Cephas? I don't know Cephas.
Yeah, let's play Alien RPG.
The Alien rule set, yeah, with the
Is that
stress
what
mechanic.
that is? Okay.
No, it's
Stress
the
mechanic?
Alien is a 2D20.
Oh, it is? Isn't that Modifius?
Yes.
Or Free League or something?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Traveler clone. Cephas Deluxe. Yeah, I think Cephas Deluxe is a clone of Classic Traveler, isn't it?
Oh,
I don't know
I
it.
don't know.
That'll be a challenge for me.
There you are.
Oh, it's Mongoose Traveler First Edition. Yeah, I'm familiar with the Second Edition.
Oh, Forbidden.
What are some of the other ones out there?
Forbidden
Fruited.
Star, Forbidden World. What is it like? Not the
Oh.
sci-fi version of Forbidden Land.
Yeah, it's called. What's it called?
It's Forbidden something, no?
What's the one? It's kind of got an Arab in space type feel to it. It's called
Coriolis.
Coriolis. Yeah,
Oh, that would work.
I think Coriolis would work here. I don't know the game, but I'll learn it. I don't know how to spell it. Whatever.
Yeah, I think it's another O. Coro. Coriolis.
Coriol, I guess.
Yeah. It's all O.
Oh,
IS.
IS. That one.
Yeah, I think that's it.
What's the mechanic with Coriolis?
D6.
It's also
It's a
free
D6.
league.
Oh, it's a free league game. Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. So it's D6, and they're
Do I have this free version?
like
of
you
that?
you need D6, but you need like 3 color of D6. One for your
Oh.
attribute, one for your skill, one for your gear.
Okay.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
And
Could try that.
yeah, and then you look for successes, and your
That's just like
attribute.
dice pooling, and you're trying to hit a DC with each D6 or something.
Yeah, and then if you like, sometimes if you roll like ones on your attribute, skill, the attribute is gonna go down because you injure yourself or stuff like that. You get tired.
So you roll
Your
dice and
wand on
figure
your
out like
gear.
5 different things.
What?
After you roll the dice, you have to look at it 5 different ways to figure out what happened.
Well, just 2, right? You look for 6 for success and 1s for if you, but 1's only like because you can push your roll if you fail, and then you redo the roll, but then you have to look for the 1s.
But Phil, are you asking like because there's 3 different colors, so there's 3 different resolutions? Like it's
That's what I'm wondering. Like, why would you need different colored dice?
Oh, it's because like your attribute can go down, or your gear
so
can
it
break.
just determines what's breaking when you roll
Yeah.
a 1.
Yeah, your skill cannot go down.
Okay.
But your attribute can go down, like you
you
pull a muscle, or you get stressed or whatever, or your gear can break. So,
okay.
Yeah. So it's okay system.
Could try it.
Does it have like resources like karma and stuff? Or
I've never played Mothership either.
Yes, it's not Mothership.
No, but Rune's asking about it.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the chat. Yeah. Yes, there's some resource you can spend, if I remember correctly.
How you doing, sir?
Sounds better than OSR game. So.
Yeah, and it's something different too, which is cool. Right?
It is something different. We could try it. I haven't seen many actual plays of Coriolis. We're not using their setting, so
I'm afraid I do not have a strong opinion about what system we play. Just so we're clear.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna decide here which one. I'd have to read up on Coriolis, which is
I'm fine playing stars without numbers just because you know the system. Like if you just don't feel like learning, it's fine with me.
I would suggest that. I mean, there's always Traveler, but I agree with Phil. I'm not always a huge. I like life paths, but I also find them to be a little challenging.
Yeah.
Total party system is a generic. So you could do a generic system.
Let's put a pin on that, and let's maybe we don't have to decide that tonight, right?
Let's maybe come back
we have
to
some
this
option.
Yeah, we got some options here. There is an easy D6, and there's a what was it called? Phil, did you find out what it was called?
Oh, the post-apocalyptic one.
Yeah, which one? What do they call it?
Wasted World.
Okay.
But we're not trying. Are there clones? Are we cloning?
What do you mean cloning?
Is cloning a?
No, there's no clone. No, there's no clone.
In our tech. Okay.
Or do you want to clone?
I don't know.
It's illegal.
It's illegal. That's not illegal for like livers and stuff, right?
No, you can clone organs, but cloning full body, it's illegal.
Yeah, but certainly no one would ever do that.
Some rich people might do it.
Some frontiers trying to exploit a mine.
That's part of the reason that some rich people go to the frontier.
Yeah.
Or they move some business there.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, let's say cloning is legal, but transferring intelligence is illegal. Like moving your mind over.
Okay.
We just say We'll say cloning is illegal.
Why are you moving your mind around?
No, like what I was saying is that you could just you like
putting your brain in the clone body.
Why is that where the ethical dilemma starts?
Morgan, what is it called?
Because it's people trying to achieve immortality.
Altered carbon. Okay. It's an altered carbon theme.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Sounds awesome.
All right. Hey, Trout, thanks for dropping by.
Hello.
So if
Same
we go into,
I like the idea of cloning being illegal.
yeah, we're gonna leave that.
Okay,
as
good.
it is. Yeah. Okay. System. We're gonna just put a pin in that for now. Let's just talk starting point.
So we're lane. We're level 1 shitters.
Are we?
What?
It depends
we
a little bit on the system that we use.
I want to play a level 1 game once.
Yep, that's fine with me.
So
Might
did
as
we?
well start a
What
campaign.
does mean? What does it mean to be level 1? Like, how do we like
Don't
didn't
know.
know nothing before?
We'll just say
We're crewmates.
So we don't have our own ship.
do I want to start you with a ship?
No, we don't have our own ship.
Already. I don't like that.
Do we?
Yes.
Okay, so we have our own ship now. All right, well, we can't be level 1 with our own ship. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but we don't have to be like level 10 either, right? We can be like, level 3. We have our own ship, but it's like it's a janky piece of shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the frontier.
Are we accidental captains, as St. James suggests?
Uh,
Did we stumble into ship ownership? Did we fall in?
yes.
Maybe we're out.
Who owned the ship?
running- Huh?
Who owned, like, is like one of us owning
bank.
the ship?
No,
Whoever
the
owns
bank
the ship
owns the ship.
dies, and then it's like us. And then whoever had because it was leased, right?
Is
So
it?
the bank owns it, and now we're just like.
But it's a mob bank.
We can leave and not. Who's gonna know? Who's gonna know, Max? Let's start our own thing. Something like that.
I don't know if I like it.
Okay.
You don't want to have to deal with the mortgage.
Yeah.
Well, not only do we have our own ship, but we have our own jump drive, according to you. So.
Yeah.
That seems tough for a level 1 person to have without some crazy plot device.
Oops.
But the jump drive, like I was saying, is something that we salvage from a blown up ship that we basically strapped to our ship.
Okay, got it.
Like the type of ship that we have is would be too small to have a jump drive normally, and it's like kind of unreliable.
So we have like a piece of shit ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're starting out as salvagers, garbage haul.
Yeah.
Garbage haulers. We go to battle sites.
Bounty hunter too. Like we do like the odd job that we can find.
Yeah. And we are maybe starting out. The first thing we do is we located a jump drive on our salvage. Maybe that's like the first session. Or did we already get it?
I like the idea that we're already in that line of business, right? And we're already like not established. We didn't do anything.
You don't want to be level 1. That's what you're saying. You don't want to
really
be
make
starting.
sense.
Well,
Level
it depends
1 with
because
the ship.
it depends because it depends on like what you mean by like some games will assume that level 1 you're still like level 1 D&D
Depends on
5e
the
you're
game,
still
yeah.
somebody, right?
It does depend on the game. That's true.
Yeah. Like level 1 doesn't
then
necessarily
level
mean
doesn't matter, and we can just say where
level
we
1 doesn't like what I don't necessarily want to be like off the farm, right? Or it's the first time I pick up a stick to go hit somebody on the head, right? I'm not playing a 10-year-old that got off from under their mom's skirt for the first time.
Right.
Hey, I'm 11.
I'm a real boy now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Expanse. Take an MRN ship. claim it as your own.
What if we took a job that was way above our capabilities? We were financed a ship.
Yeah. But what if you were like a like one of us is an ex-cop or ex-military and stuff like that, right?
So you
Not
just want
like
to legitimately have this badass ship as like a new character? That's what you
No, I
want.
don't want it. I don't want it to be badass. I don't want it to be badass. I want it to be a piece of shit.
Okay. But
Maybe
we
you
have
inherit it.
What?
You're a crew on the ship, and then the captain suddenly died, natural causes or otherwise, and in his will he leaves you the ship.
That could be it. Or he's still alive, but he's like in the
He's
bed,
retiring.
always in the back.
Yeah, captain.
He doesn't talk anymore. He's dying.
It's my GMPC.
Yeah, we're just trying to keep him alive. We don't ask him anything anymore, except to
Just have
sign some paperwork.
Oh, he's in
You have to
cryo
bathe him
sleep.
occasionally.
He's trying to become a Methuselah.
Ooh, that's smart. Our captain's in cryo sleep.
Accidental captains as real captain is.
Are we doing the cryo sleep? I thought they said we didn't do the cryo sleep.
I didn't think we had a ruling on it.
I'm not saying you can't do cryo sleep. I'm just
It's
saying
old
we
tech.
don't use it as a method of travel.
Ooh, I like St. James better. Okay,
What?
real captain was killed bodily, mind transferred.
I don't like that.
Now we have a talking computer again. I don't want the.
No, I
Oh,
don't
that's
like
right.
that.
We were trying to move away from the topic.
No, I say the captain like is paralyzed from the neck down, and he's like 97-year-old, and we try to keep him alive. No, we're just like,
No, incorrect. That isn't.
What do you think?
He could be 97 years old if he's in cryo sleep. You can be whatever age you want.
why do you don't want to have the ship? Just
What?
just own the just have a ship. You just have a piece of shit ship.
Could
You
Is it
inherit it
something
from
you
your uncle
salvaged up and
or whatever, right?
I
It was
don't
your
know.
first
I just
big
feel like
salvage?
I feel like when you're level 1 or a starting character, I don't know. I don't know why I have such a hang up about it.
But that's your impetus for going adventuring, right? You inherited that ship, and now you say, "Oh, well, let's do something with it."
Yeah. But I don't hate the idea of having a cryo sleeping, like, VIP person who maybe has some sort of crazy disease
Sure.
or something.
And he's just
I
like
don't know why
baggage.
that's important. Huh? Yeah,
He's
he's
just like baggage.
yeah.
Yeah, he's in the luggage.
But we're using his credentials like he has a bank account. Like we're using his credentials to like bankroll our ship.
Okay.
I don't know. It's dumb.
The thing is, like, if we don't own the ship and stuff like that, I don't want that to be in the way of like adventure we can have, right?
That's right.
Why would it be in the way?
Because no, we have to pay the bill like, for the ship. Oh, they're gonna come like repossess the ship. Like, I don't want that to be a thing.
Okay. Then you don't want to have any complications with ship ownership, right? You just want to own it.
Just
Well,
own the ship.
they can be like breakage and stuff like that, right?
Of course.
But yeah,
Yeah, I don't think
know
our
why.
ship's gonna be invulnerable to anything.
No,
the
obviously
ship
it's
can
not, right?
be destroyed, of course.
Yeah.
On
You
the
want it to be
frontier.
rickety as shit though, right? Like you want it to be falling apart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aside from that duct tape that's holding it all together.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we don't have access to credit. That's the old,
All right, so we're just
People with
garbage scourers.
Yeah, you're
What's the word?
salvagers.
Yeah, so we have to we find like, oh, this piece of this
We're
other
on a
model of ship that
garbage
has been blown up
scow.
here could still work, and we can retrofit it to our ship, and the bilge pump of our ship doesn't work, so
It's one of the last remaining thorium jump drives.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah.
No, but your jump drive was converted. Your jump drive's an
Yeah.
AM3, but the ship shouldn't
AM3
be
now.
running on AM3.
It doesn't-
It should be
Yeah.
just running on
The containment is questionable.
thorium 17.
Yeah.
What kind of character would you like to be? Like, you want to be a fighting guy, a mechanic, a smart guy?
I want to be a brawny guy. And like a cutthroat guy. I want to be an asshole, basically. Something totally different than what Why'd you write abrasive?
Because I'm not writing.
Why are you writing?
Short, tempered.
Is that what you want, Phil?
Is that what I want?
Yeah, you want
Is
to
that
be
what I want to
ornery?
be? I want to basically be what's the guy's name from Firefly that I'm describing?
Oh, Baldwin,
Yeah, the Baldwin brother.
Yeah, the guy. What's his name?
Jane.
Jamie.
That's
Jamie?
Jamie.
Jane.
That's who it is.
Jane, yeah, right.
Okay.
Do I want to play that character?
Or from The Expanse, that would be.
Never saw.
Oh, what's my favorite?
Oh, the dude that's yeah, I know you're talking
It'll
about.
come to me.
I don't remember the character's Expanse, but I think I know who you're talking about.
Amos. His name's Amos. That's right.
What do you want to play, Max?
So what's your role? Are you pilot?
don't know.
Are you
Guy that
You sound more like a mechanic.
strong and I kill people.
I'm gonna play the guy that take nothing seriously.
Security.
Okay.
But just in appearance, he gave like the appearance of taking being very carefree.
Okay.
But it's very deep down. It's very philosophical. He got like this mask that he always like wear, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he got like maybe you got a lot of like earth deep down.
Okay.
So
What did you say? He has Earth?
Hurt.
earth.
Oh,
He's
he's
hurt.
hurt.
Yeah.
It's very deep down. So now and so you're brownie, cutthroat, abrasive.
I don't know. So what's your role on the ship? What is there a role you want to play?
Well, if you want to be the brownie guy, I guess I'm gonna do the face kind of work, right?
Stop trying to compliment my character and tell me what you want to play, because I don't know what I want to play.
No, not
I can't stop Crispy's typing.
Just a charmer.
He's gonna type. Yeah, he's a charmer. He's a good guy.
Well, we also need like a reason that we work together, right? That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
because we work together by choice, right? We're basically buddies, no?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I'm an optimist.
Maybe I'm waiting for you to buy me out of this awesome ship we have. I'm not leaving until I get my share.
So did we buy it together or what?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of ways that we're not friendly.
Oh, you don't want us to be friendly?
I don't know. I'm brainstorming, bro. I'm not saying I want anything.
I'm a sneaky guy too.
He's a sneaker.
Yeah.
Okay. Bit of a thief. Bit of a
thief. I'm kind of the thief
sticky
class.
Fingers. Kind of sticky fingers.
Yeah. Am I the pilot or mechanic? I don't care about that.
do you think, Phil? Gearhead? Family? Ooh.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I gotta let my dog.
I don't want to be family.
Whining for like
Yeah.
half hour.
Sorry?
Go back.
He's
Oh,
going to
your
go
dog.
let the dogs out. All right, I think we're getting there. We're almost there.
Yeah.
Brawny, Cutthroat.
But I don't like the crypto thing. I don't know why. Cryo thing.
You're not into the cryo thing?
No. No, because I don't know. Like I'm not against the VIP guy being in cryo sleep, but that seemed like just like one job that we could do, right? Just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it adds a lot. Like I'm thinking about like the what lead us to adventure, right? Like, and what doesn't like restrict us, right? In a sense,
Sure.
because if we want to do a long campaign, we need to be able to move around.
Yep.
We don't necessarily want to have like to report to somebody.
True.
We don't have to the cops be after us just because we miss payment and shit, right? That's what I'm worried about.
Okay.
Unless we want to do like kind of the game about that, right? But I don't know if that's where we're going there. If we're going for the guy to do the odd job here and there, right? We need to have some independence in the sense.
Sure.
And I think also we also need to. We cannot be like completely like newbies, right? Because like then
No,
we wouldn't survive, right?
could still be
We can be new to this type of life on our own, right? But
yeah, I like the idea that you don't have a reputation yet.
Yeah, that I like. Like we're nobodies, but we shouldn't be like oh wow, this is my first time behind a ship, right? Just like maybe I worked as a pilot, maybe you worked as a right, whatever.
Sure. So this isn't necessarily the first job, but nor have you been in it long enough to have a reputation.
Maybe we could do the accidental thing. Maybe we do fly around with like counterfeit ownership. Like maybe it's a ship that I don't know. Like if we have like the pilot mechanic thing, maybe there's somebody that died and nobody claimed the ship. Like maybe the ship was on repair and
Oh, I like that idea. So you were on the dry dock or something. You were looking after the ship, but the owner of the ship got sick and died while it was being repaired, and now it's just sitting there in the yard. And finally, you're like, you know what? Enough's enough. We're taking this. We're going.
Or we don't know like what happened to the owner of the ship, but
He just
the ship has been
disappeared.
sitting there for years.
Yeah, it's been there for years.
Nobody's
No
gonna
one's
claim it
claimed
there,
it.
right? No.
It's just sitting there for the taking, and then finally, you're like, you know what? That's enough. We're out of here.
Yeah.
Claim it. So it's kind of legit that you have it because it was left unclaimed at the dry dock for so long. Maybe I don't know. Now, how do you know each other?
I don't know. Like I need to talk about Phil about that. Like
yeah. What's off the table? Phil's decided.
There you go. So we're gonna wait for you, Phil. I'm listening. Oh, he's okay. He said.
So I think what did we just say? We said the ship.
I don't want to be family. Like more like found family kind of shit, right?
Stardew Valley and Space Dead Grandpa left you a ship. Nice.
Yeah.
Space Dad, like what is that called?
Hey,
Megamind.
All right, Phil, you are listening. Tell us what you think about what we're discussing.
Okay, here's what we're doing. Or an idea, obviously.
Yeah.
I know you just said this, but we're brothers. I'm gonna be the military guy. Yeah, I'm gonna be more straight laced. I'm not gonna do the thuggish criminal thing anymore. I want to be more of a straight laced, always takes everything seriously foil. And then I'll be getting out of my military career. And then we'll go into this business. Maybe you're in trouble or something?
Yeah, maybe I'm a bum.
I'm not saying you're a bum. I'm saying maybe you're.
Well, I'm
I
a
mean,
thief,
you
right?
don't want to have any problems out the gate, but
No, but like I've been like maybe a bit. I was a little truant, like a little like doing little shit job in on the street, right?
yeah.
Or when I was younger, I don't know.
I
If I'm
don't
a
know.
pilot,
Can someone be after us?
Well, there's always going to be someone
you
after
want to have somebody after us from the start?
Do you want to have an enemy at the start?
No, you'll get one
No.
eventually. Or you can start with one. You can start with an ally and an enemy. That's fine.
Do you want to, Max?
Have a friend and have an enemy.
Well, I want to have we have a past, right? So there's people we know, but like I don't know if I want somebody that's actively after us when we start, right?
Okay, but do you want to be my brother? Because you just said you didn't want to do family.
Maybe not blood related.
Raise my stick. Hold up.
Or what if we're not real brother?
You just be half brothers. Or
Grew up in a orphanage together. You went the military route.
that's cool. You're not biologically related. Related from circumstance.
Okay.
And then you came back to the planet, and I was still there, like just doing shit job.
An industrialized
older than me?
planet, or one of the frontier, or you're heading to the frontier to make your.
Maybe it's
name?
maybe it's a planet that's kind of been on the decline, right? It was a frontier planet, but didn't really took off. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I like the idea of like outer core, sort of.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle.
Because it's probably like some of those world. Like some people went there, they tried to start something, and then like, yeah, that doesn't really work. We're gonna like at some point like the population
Yeah.
decline and shit like that, right? Maybe come from one of those world. What do you think?
Yep.
The thorium dried up.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
or like the mine wasn't as big as we thought it would be.
yeah. And they started like leaning on tourism. It's actually Planet Miami.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Am I wearing like a Hawaiian shirt? Like
Probably. I am.
you are?
You basically look like Miami Vice.
Okay.
So
I
your
don't know.
name is
I don't know what that is. I never
Crockett.
watched it. Yeah.
Your Tubbs.
Oh my god.
What?
Basically don't know what Miami Vice is.
Yeah.
Crockett
Gotcha.
and Tubbs.
I got you.
Okay, so thorium reserves not as rich.
Or they try to rely on tourism, but it's like kind of it's too far.
Tourism
Okay, yeah.
failed.
Yeah.
I got to go out of the core?
Yeah.
And scary looking insects.
Yeah. The mosquitoes are pretty big here.
So what happened? Like you just finished your military career?
Yeah. Let's say it was more of a like, is military good? I don't know. I'd rather just be like very professional sort of security agency, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But not for the government. Private.
Yeah. Maybe like a bodyguard service, you know.
Maybe for like maybe your boss weren't that clean either.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Got into a little bit of organized crime there. Maybe.
Yeah, and then I was doing like low-level thuggery, like maybe dealing a bit with the organized crime at all, and then you kind of, but because I was like I actually doing like this, you kind of look down on me.
Yeah, maybe I got wind of they were gonna take you out because you're kind of sloppy.
Or maybe am I kind of sloppy? Maybe
I don't know, right?
I'm carefree. They don't like my attitude.
You're free. They don't like your attitude. They think you're a squealer. I was like, guys, they're not. He's not a squealer.
And I'm not. It's just a facade that I give.
Yeah.
And you know that.
It's just you present yourself.
Yeah.
It's a lackadaisical or.
But wouldn't your character think that like, yeah, maybe my boss are criminal, but I'm not. I'm righteous. I'm just doing security. It's just a job. I'm working for those guys, but it could be somebody else. You kind of in denial on that.
Yeah, I like to be. I like to protect people. You know.
Yeah.
Am I involved in the actual criminality?
I would say no, and you probably look down on me for that. And I in my mind, I don't say anything, but I say like, well, yeah, but you're working for those guys too, right?
I don't like it. I don't want to be in the
No.
criminal.
You know. So you're just like a bodyguard for
a cop.
Rich what? What?
Maybe I'm a frontier cop.
Oh, okay. Law enforcement.
Is that good?
Ex-law enforcement, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Not military then? You drop the military.
That'll work too with the if you want to do the bounty hunting job, right? You can have contact, right?
Yeah. And then I could still have found out that you were in trouble through.
Is that why you quit, or you quit for the reason you quit for corruption?
Corruption, yeah, it's the worst. I quit because I started protecting the criminals.
Oh, you're the one corrupted.
No, like my establishment.
Oh, your boss. Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah. So you're kind of like self-righteous in a sense.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit of a shithead, and we grew up in the same orphanage. We were close when we were young, and then you saw me and say, "Man, I know that guy."
Yeah, I guess so.
And I said, "What the fuck you doing with your life?"
You don't even know.
You're good at stern talking.
Now we've been strangers for 10 years.
Yeah. No, maybe not. 10 years?
I don't know. You're making it seem like longer.
Not 10 years, no.
No, maybe like 5. No?
Okay.
A couple years.
Maybe we went to
3 years is a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because we're not that old, right? What are we?
What if you were an informant?
No, I don't want to be an informant.
You don't want to be a rat?
No, I'm not a rat. I'm actually super loyal.
Yeah, they all say that you're a rat. That's why they were trying to get you.
Yeah, but that's the actual rat that's saying that. He's trying to frame me.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. What do you think of the ship? We're talking about the ship in the dry dock, but now if you're going the cup thing.
That's what I was thinking. Like it gives me some ship shares.
Oh yeah. Or a ship that has been seized.
Maybe I stole it.
Yeah.
Maybe it was confiscated in a.
Yeah.
In a
confiscated bus. Like maybe years ago, nothing was happening with it.
Oh.
The case was going nowhere.
Yeah.
I like that.
So you just say, I didn't want to miss it.
I kind of dropped the paperwork and took it, saved your ass, got you out of your situation. But then,
but you're so sick of it, and
somehow you also saved me. I'm not sure how that happened, because you can't just be like a bitch. You have to also save me in some way.
Because you spoke against the corruption of the cops, right? They were going after you as well.
Yeah. Oh, you found out that they were going to kill me.
Oh, so am I a squealer in the end?
No, well, no, you're just loyal to me.
Yeah, I just told you, right?
Yeah. That's interesting. So we have a lot of people chasing us now. Or they don't care because we left.
Yeah, we
Trying to get this down here. Found out that the dirty
We're
cops
too
were
small
planning
fry
on
for them.
framing his womb brother.
My womb brother.
I
We're
was
not womb brother.
doing something where womb bro.
What's a womb bro?
It was Rune's idea of planning on framing Max to avoid.
My dogs keep opening this door.
What?
My dogs keep opening the door, so I gotta.
Oh. Smart
Okay,
dog.
so I feel like you should save me. I'm like I spent like the whole time. I'm like, you gotta get out of this life. You gotta get out of this life. They're gonna get you. But
Mhm.
really, the flip is they're trying to get me, and then you save my life. And
Oh,
I'm
so
like,
we're not strange actually. You know who I am because you see me like go sometime in reports and stuff like that and say, man, that's gonna turn bad for you.
yeah,
You need to get out of that life. So you like for years
Yeah.
you've been pestering me. At some point I know like, oh, there's this cop that is
we would
he's
get
trying
we
to
would
expose
get
the corruption
we
of the
would get
system.
lunch. We would get lunch
Hmm?
every Sunday. It's like our thing because we're such close womb brothers.
Yeah.
We're not womb brother. We didn't grow.
What?
That's gross. We're not womb brother.
No.
Okay,
You're a few years older than me.
it's an artificial womb brother.
Max.
Ah,
What
no,
What if you're a clone of me?
no.
Okay, I just wanted to throw that out there.
No.
Neither of us knows who the clone is.
No, you're like what? No, I think we just grew up together, right? Same fucking.
Yeah, I like the idea of us being like old childhood friends, but we stayed in contact.
Yeah.
And that relationship ended up. I was like thinking it was gonna be a threat to you, but no, they didn't really mind because it was always
Like-
kind of.
I'm probably like a street urchin, right? So like, I didn't really have a family. I don't know if you want to go that route. Maybe you did have a family, and
The idea of you being
your
more of like
father was kind of like be nice to me, and then I became a friend like that, right?
no, because we're both from the foster home.
So you are from no, but I was just saying I didn't want to
share
force that on you. If you're from the foster home, that's fine, right? It can be that as well.
Yeah, that's.
But
what
I was just
I
like
would
giving you out if you did want to have family. Maybe you'd have like a normal childhood, more or less.
No, I don't like that idea.
Okay.
I want to be from the same background as you.
Okay. So we both like grew up in a foster home.
Yeah.
You went the cop route. I went the thug route.
I like the idea of you being kind of a con man, like small time. Like you're always running some small hustle. That's why
Yeah.
you're famous.
I was thinking like more like a pickpocket or some shit like that, right?
Of course, all kinds of little skills.
Yeah.
So it's petty crime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I can fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I wouldn't take the money.
Yeah. You wouldn't take the money, so they make you a last offer, take the
Yeah.
money, and then you said no. I'm not gonna corrupted.
You guys do whatever you want, but I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then I overheard that, and I told you like,
Yeah, you got wind.
Got it.
kind of warn you. And then you said those fucker, they're gonna kill me because
Maybe
it's the cop that's gonna kill you.
you I was about to get shot in the head, and last minute you're right there. Just club the dude over the head.
And then it's
I like
onto
that.
the ship,
That's
the
like
ship that you've been quietly trying to.
And the guy that was about to shot you
refurbish.
from the head was actually a guy from the department, not for a guy from my gang.
What if we stole a ship from my partner? He was like really corrupt, and he had this like really nice ship. I know you don't.
Was
want
his?
Yeah.
It was off the books though, so he can't claim that it's stolen.
Yeah, he bought it with like drug money.
Oh,
Yeah.
with the drug money. And was it the one that
No, it
trying
was
to
seized
shoot
from
you?
it was seized from some drug runner.
But what if it's a high quality scout ship? It's like a racing ship,
Sure.
like a hobbyist would have built.
Wouldn't that attract a lot of attention?
Yeah, it was like a gold-plated Desert Eagle or something.
It has a mirror
it would
finish.
be a smuggler ship, so it
Clean.
wouldn't be. It wouldn't be.
Yeah, you're right. Do we want to? We don't want like a Ferrari.
No, it's a
No,
smuggler.
I prefer the idea that like it was a cop that came to kill you. I saved you in the last moment, and then you said all those fucker, and you were pissed off, and then you went to pick up like a ship that has been seized, right?
Okay.
No.
But it's a smuggler ship. It's got a lot of like good compartments for smuggling.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's got kind of a jank 3-generation old jump drive.
Okay.
That we put ourselves on it.
Why did we put it on? See, okay, so that's a whole other thing that we did later.
Well,
After-
because
after
we're not
we
starting
escaped.
like that. This is the background, but we're not starting the game like on the day that we just leave, right? No.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so there's another thing that happened where we ended up getting a jump
Well,
drive.
no, it was like mundane. It was mundane life, right? In this new life, like
Okay.
maybe like it's job 3 that we're gonna start. No,
I understand.
what do you know?
It's fine. I
Or
don't
we can have a we can get the ship already modded, right? That I'm okay with that. If you want to go like that, you took the
Yeah, it's a
smuggler
smuggler
ship.
ship, so it
It
has.
was already you already had the mod. I'm okay
But-
with that.
But
got it
as a
from the
smuggler
internet.
ship, it's got all sorts of mismatched.
Yeah. I can only
Parts.
get the shitty ones because they're not coming back for it. That was like a throwaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has
It was
good
meant
bones.
to be captured almost, right?
But it's like if you know anything about ships, you know this is a classic workhorse.
Oh yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
If it was in a better state, there would be some collector be after it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's in a shitty state.
It's
Not
in a bad. It's in a bad. Yeah, it hasn't been maintained,
Certainly not
and
a
it's
lot.
sat in mothballs for a while.
It's got good bones.
It's got good bones, but
Yeah. Nailed it.
temperamental.
Nailed
Right.
it.
So okay. So the ship was already modded. So are we on the first job then? Or did we just leave? Or we do establish that some time passed since then? And then
Yeah, we got a couple under our belt. We don't need to.
okay. I like
we
that
don't need to
better.
Be like oh my god, what just
Yeah.
happened?
No.
I don't wanna do that.
Yeah. I want
be
like,
like-
we're kind of
I want to be
established
like
this
waking
new life.
up and I'm making breakfast and
Yeah. Yeah.
another day.
And I
on
like
the
this. I like this big brother relationship kind of thing, right?
Okay.
Like
Okay.
this. Yeah. I like that a lot. Actually.
Cool. Easy. Told you I had it figured out.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. What if the bloody scene you left started a war? Oh, I can highlight this. Started a war between the mobs and cops, and that's why no one's after you. Yeah.
Maybe.
But
We
maybe
got
we
There
don't
was-
know.
just at
We
that
haven't
time
been
when that happened, maybe there was some mob violence, or the scandal broke wide open and the guys went to prison, or there was a big thing. And
We had to get the
I
first
would
jump
say-
out into the frontier. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I say we don't know.
don't know,
we have no
'cause
idea.
you don't know.
Maybe it's gonna come. Maybe we have some news about that later on, right? But for now, we
Okay.
left that. We never go back around there. It was pretty out of the way.
Right.
In fact, we chose a place where there wouldn't be a news update so that people wouldn't know we were.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the job you're on right now?
Now we're looking for the one.
Yeah.
You're looking for work. Okay. You just jumped into
down
another
to-
frontier
Down to our
system.
last can of beans.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's time.
Okay, it's time to
Okay.
take anything we can get.
That's
Yeah,
right.
and well, anything we can get and we can make our way to, right? Because we're low on fuel.
Well, in fuel, you're going to need to fuel up after this one. Absolutely.
Local would be ideal. Something local.
Yeah.
Okay. Not local to because you're on the frontier now. You're not in
Yeah.
your home planet.
Right. That's what I mean.
Okay.
And
Be a heist. I'm not opposed to a heist.
Yeah. I think
yeah,
it could be
that's what I was about to say. Like probably like now that you're not a cop, you're probably much more like morally flexible. It's just like the fact that being a cop
Yeah. I still
and
got my code.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what is your code?
Don't kill unless it's defense.
Okay.
Be a
All
big
right.
one. Just like good old 10 Commandment stuff.
Got it.
Do I give it? Do I want to? Am I opposed to lying? Probably not. I don't hate lying.
Yeah.
But I prefer to be a man of my word. I'm a man of my word. When I give you my word, it's like oak. What's that?
Okay.
What's that saying?
You can have a big cowboy hat.
Strong as oak.
Okay.
My
You have a
code
big
is a
cowboy
lot
hat?
to do with cowboy hats.
Hmm?
Wear them a lot. No, I don't wear a cowboy.
Oh.
No?
Okay. Okay. Likes to be a man of his word. All right. And Max is more morally flexible.
Also, he's a sucker for the beautiful women.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's something that gets me in trouble.
Yeah, always views women as being in distress. It's just one of those types of things.
Yeah. I got stabbed once because
Yeah,
of
he's
that.
a white knight. Exactly. It's exactly what he is.
Yeah. But other than that, like I'm quite like morally dark gray, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
So yeah, I also don't want to like steal from good people.
And I don't care.
I'm probably more likely to, yeah, basically Mal from Firefly, his code.
Okay.
I'm basically Mal now.
But with a cowboy hat.
No. Only if it's pure white.
Yeah. Are there any, lines that Max won't cross?
Well, I'm loyal to
He's loyal to
my
a
brother.
fault.
Yeah.
It's much more evil.
Yeah. And I don't kill children.
Yeah. I do kill children. That's the one thing.
What? No, you don't.
That's a hobby.
Just to be a foil.
Yeah.
I'm pro killing
Well,
children.
I try not to kill children.
Oh,
but
okay. That's your
maybe
you give it your best shot.
what?
You give it your best shot, but
Yeah. If it happens, right?
you tried your best. You tried your best.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to, right? But now we have to keep on living. I hate children.
Children are inherently evil. Everyone knows that.
All right.
Yeah, we both have a soft spot for orphans, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
And is that the role that we have, like a pilot and mechanics?
I like the idea of being more of a captain role, so I can kind of pilot. I can kind of engineer.
But there's only the two of us on the ship.
Shitty
right?
at everything.
We can probably like both pilot, and we probably like take shift and shit like that, right?
One of us should probably be better at certain things.
Yeah.
Because neither of us is really a crewman role.
No. And we need to be a bit of like good at everything because they're just the two of us, right?
Yeah. Allegedly.
Or you have to pay someone.
Yeah. Or we have to pay people, but we're broke. We're always broke, so that's oftentimes not an option.
It's part of the reason why you're broke is that you can't do it yourself.
You're probably more serious than me, so you're probably better at mechanic stuff because you can read the manual and the guide. No. And I'm just gonna try to wing it.
You would be better at mechanic stuff because you're always like tinkering with shit.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I'm seeing you as always tinkering with shit, but feels right.
Am I? Let me think about it.
You could be a pilot. You could be a hotshot pilot.
Yeah, because I feel like because like if you're more brown and I'm more skilled, right? And you probably like
Very brown.
Brawny. Brawny, folks. Brawny.
Yeah.
like you can pilot as well, right? You're not bad,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I would think like with the like I don't like because I'm not very like because you're more like serious than I am, right? Definitely.
I'm okay with that. I wanted to
But
be
with the mechanic stuff, like I can give it a shot, but like I'm not gonna read the guide. I'm just gonna try to wing it, right?
Yeah, I'd say we're both pretty shitty at being a mechanic.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah,
But we're trying because we have to kind of learn on the
we have
on
to
the go,
because
right?
this bucket of bolts.
Yeah, and we cannot always pay people to do it.
Yeah, forget about the coffee machine. That thing's
Yeah.
been stripped for parts.
Yeah.
So I think I would be pretty good at like spacewalking, stuff like that,
Okay.
and any kind of intent, like high pressure type situation. That's where my guy's gonna go. Do
Okay.
well. But if you so guns, probably gonna be better at the guns.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the protection guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So make you pilot and me gunner. Is that the move?
Oh, maybe, yeah. During a fight, yeah, probably the one that if you're fighting on a ship, you're probably the one taking the gun and me taking the bar. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
If there's a gun on our ship, even.
Which,
there
yeah,
even is
I'm
one.
certain. Maybe there's one that wasn't there originally, kind of retrofitted.
Yeah.
Doesn't work too well. It's all like a I don't know. That's how I see the ship, like all a piece of like all a bunch, like those rat bike or
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
All we really need is for one of us to be kind of a good pilot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I will have some pretty garbage engineering skills.
I don't mind like whichever like is gonna be a good pilot between you and I. Like that's
Okay.
and
Okay.
I think the other one is probably okay anyway, right?
Yeah, we both have to kind of do it if there's only two of us. Otherwise,
Okay.
And so you're
So
you're better than me with guns.
we need to have another crew.
I'm probably better than you at end-to-end fighting, even though you're brownier than me.
Why would you be better than me at that?
I did because I was like getting to street fight.
Okay. I'm literally ex-body. Oh, I was a cop. Wait, I was thinking.
But you had the gun, right?
Yeah, I
So
guess.
I'm not saying you're bad.
Why would you think you're better than me? Because you get into street fights?
A lot, and I was doing illegal like a bare knuckle boxing fight. There you go.
I don't think my guy's bad at fighting.
No, I don't think it's bad either. I'm not saying it's bad.
Okay, well, I'm not trying to be worse than you.
You could be like the Boondock Saints brothers here.
Yeah, it's probably
Both
like very
that.
close, right? I don't know,
Mhm.
maybe not, but you're better than me. Maybe maybe we're both good at it, right?
Mhm.
Maybe it's something that we have a bit of a competition against, right?
Maybe.
You're
That's a
definitely
good
bigger than
question.
me.
Huh?
You're
I'm
definitely
bigger?
bigger than me, stronger than me.
Just like real life. Yeah.
Are there any aliens?
Oh yeah, we talked about that at some point earlier. We kind of moved away from that, right?
about
We're talking about like maybe one intelligent alien race and one that is like more like the bugs kind of thing. Are we
Yeah,
still
some
doing that?
Zergs. Yeah, don't we got
Hmm?
Zerglings?
Yeah.
Zerglings out here.
Got Zerglings and Protoss.
But they're
Basically.
still on the.
What are our Protoss like?
You could say that they're.
Are we keeping them? Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep them. But let's say that they're not planet bound. They just
Yeah.
live on these massive ships that just travel slowly between the stars. They show up
Also,
randomly.
they don't stay on a. They don't have any planets.
They don't have any planets. They don't want any planets.
Well, we
They'll
don't know.
sometimes trade. They sometimes won't.
No.
Very
Can
aloof.
they be translucent, glowing octopus faces?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
make them like floating jellyfish.
I want them to be
They're just like octopus people
Yeah.
in kind of like spacesuit, mech
Yeah.
spacesuit.
And they breathe like a pure methane or something like that, and so they
Some
just
liquid,
aren't interested in the same planets that you are, and they're on these massive ships that just travel between the stars.
How do we really want to have different atmospheres with the aliens? I don't know.
They're just telling the.
Well, these
no,
I'm just trying to
they're-
make these
they're
ones
bird
really
guys,
alien,
definitely
like the
got
Protoss. They're really alien. They're not really looking for the same things.
The
They
Zerg
exist.
breathe our atmosphere though.
No, but they kind of like those space suit, right? They're just like they wear like a robot body because their real body's kind of shit.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they'll
And
just
the
travel
robot
around
body
in a
is
big.
filled with this liquid that they breathe.
Yeah, like it's a big gas ball or
Yeah.
something that is on little spider legs that
Do these Zerglings breathe at all, or can they crawl all over your ship?
they can survive in vacuum
Oh, the
longer than a
Zerglings?
human can, but they're still
For
they still
like
will
20
perish.
minutes,
Yeah, maybe for as many as 20
maybe
minutes.
an hour.
But
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. How did it? Is that how they go from system to system? How would they evolve that? Are they manufacture? Are they like engineer? We don't know. Maybe.
don't
Probably.
know.
How the hell
Maybe
would
it's
I don't know.
unknown.
I don't know.
They're a threat.
Maybe they evolved in space. There's some
Yeah.
theories.
They're like xenomorphs.
Because that's how God made them, Max. Don't worry about it.
Or they just
But
are
they're
parasites.
just like really from just on the further of the other world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
So then
that's
that
good.
creates like a refugee problem.
Yep. Okay. All right.
They're the refugee solution, actually. Turns out.
Oh yeah. Take care of the homeless. That's one way of doing it.
Yeah, that's that's a common slogan
Yeah.
from some bigots.
Yeah. All right. So that's
Frontier problems require frontier solutions.
Yeah. Wow, if we just do nothing, that's a problem that's going to take care of itself.
Yeah.
So you're just arriving. So next week when we start this for real, you're just arriving at a system, correct? That's what we're going to start with. And
Yeah, and then we just got a new news packet.
we just get a
And then we
news
look into
packet,
it.
and the news packet will have a bunch of stuff in it. And
Yeah.
there'll be a planet, but it's a
We're looking on a
frontier
job
planet.
board in the news packet.
Yeah.
So we're jumping at the start of the session. I thought we were
I was getting you jumping in at the start of the session.
Okay.
Yeah, we just
And you
arrived.
I
just
thought
get
we
the
were like
news
super
packet.
poor and we're trying to do something local.
Well, we could do something local. That's fine. You've been here before. Sure. What is your preference?
Well, if we're jumping, we have a reason to.
Right.
Yeah, we wouldn't
If the
jump no
reason is
reason.
because the last place dried up, or maybe we're
Yeah.
fleeing a Zerg invasion.
Yeah.
I would keep that for later.
Yeah.
Did we just finish the job? That's gonna pay us like almost nothing.
That's right.
So, and
Well,
now
you got paid, but
to get like we're gonna get this payment,
yeah.
but it's only like only enough to fill up the ship.
Yeah, so we're finishing a delivery job.
Got it.
Okay.
Finishing a delivery.
Well, any kind of job, you kind of like jump back to where you started because like of the communication, right?
Just send it in the packet.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, you start with the jump.
delivery job. Yeah, that worked. Delivery job.
And
Now
then
we got like
they can wire the credits through the return packet. It just takes a little extra
Okay.
time. So we're like super poor until the packet gets back.
oh yeah.
I think that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
We probably get paid some in advance, but
enough to fill the
proof,
ship,
proof of delivery is when the big payment
or
comes.
I fill the
Mhm.
ship. Yeah. And then, and because it's because with the delivery was in a far off place, the gate doesn't happen that often. So it's
Yeah.
gonna take a while for the packet to come.
Yep. Or we could jump back to get our money if we really wanted to.
Too expensive.
Yeah, it's not
Get
worth
the
it.
fuel.
Maybe it's a debate that we have, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Let's go
Okay.
back. There's nothing
Okay.
back there for us.
Let's look for a job
What do you
locally.
mean? That's where our money
Wait.
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. That's plenty to
We
start
don't
with
go, we don't go back without a full cargo hold.
in your little smuggler ship. Okay. So what we haven't been able to do tonight is we haven't been able to get nailed down on the system. We
Yeah.
talked about Coriolis as a potential, Stars Without Number as a potential, and then Traveler, but we're drifting away from Traveler, it
I
seems.
think it's between the top two there.
One of those two.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we'll just have to talk about that between now and Monday when the game is. And then depending on whatever that is, we'll have to make your characters for real. Coriolis, that's what James is saying.
Who's thinking James? Yeah. Coriolis. Yeah.
St. James is going to pick our system, and he says Coriolis.
They do a Tales from the Loop as
That
well.
settles it.
I don't know if the same system.
Okay, well, that gives me some homework if that's okay. I don't mind it. If we want to do that, I'll have to take a look at it. I don't have it. So I assume it's just a drive-through RPG thing.
It is on
Coriolis?
drive-through.
Yeah.
Okay. Cyberpunk Red.
Actually, I
Yeah.
didn't see it yet.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
It's the year zero engine that he used. Yeah, which
Okay.
I find interesting.
Okay, well, we'll give it a shot. Let's do it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Any closing comments as we close this out?
No, I like where we ended up.
When
Yeah.
you're happy with your character riffing on each other, that's okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I think they are well connected.
Excellent. Okay.
We're the only thing we can count on.
Yes. All
Yeah.
right.
We'll need to think
Yes.
about the details and stuff like that, and then obviously.
I hope that there's like a system for contacts. Or if not, we can just homebrew whatever.
Good.
I think there is. Like I said, I'm more familiar with the Forbidden Lands, right? And
Yeah,
the
World's
kind of
Without
basic
Number or World's Without Number had contacts,
Yep.
so that's something to consider.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just call this.
Good job, team.
Excellent job. Thank you very much, guys. I'm really looking forward to this.
Are you just sending that in the text like that? You're not gonna send like document in
I
Discord?
can send the document. That's probably easier. All right, guys. Let me delete those.
Just save them in text file and send those.
Did you save that as a whole thing?
Sorry. I'll
This is
delete
probably
it now.
this is probably better for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes,
Yeah.
I deleted it. I'm going to send you the little notepad thing. It'll be fine.
Yeah. The .txt.
Yeah.
What are we calling it? This
We need a
campaign?
name too. Okay, well, I'll get back to you on that. We'll have to think about it. We'll workshop that like Phil and I like
working
to say.
title.
Working
Space
title?
Junk in the trunk.
Space Junk in the Trunk is not the working title, Phil. I'm sorry. I give you a lot of free reign. You're not calling it that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to think of a ship name too.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that could be Space Junk.
We need a picture of the ship.
Space Junk in the trunk. Junk in the
Horizon.
trunk.
Oh,
We'll take
okay.
some. Working title.
Horizon.
We're gonna use it. Horizon.
What if we did
2.5
Horizon?
spacemen.
Pluralize it.
Horizons.
Yeah, because multiple planets.
Is that the name of the ship? The Horizon?
Could be.
That's a name. That's a good name for the ship. The Horizon.
Let's
Unless you want to go with something goofier.
I don't want to do anything goofier. I'm not interested in that.
No?
No, I did not actually want space junk in the trunk.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm warm
No, but
enough
you know,
to
like fucking people like name their
no.
ship like a sloop du jour and shit like that,
Oh yeah,
right?
no, I don't like that.
Sloop de jour.
Yeah.
Ugh.
If you have a sloop,
Okay.
you call it sloop du jour. So it's like a classic like punny name.
It's a punny name, right?
Is that
Yeah.
French humor or something?
Yeah, soup of the day.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
sloop du jour, you ever yeah. But
You are
a sloop is a type of ship, right?
Sloop type ship. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah, the Theseus. Oh yeah, that's a be a good name. If it's like a bundled up like
What's the name of the dude that was the redheaded brother?
Iso.
Esau.
The
The
Esau?
Why don't you be
Yeah,
Esau?
Esau. Yeah,
Esau?
yeah, Esau. Yeah, I'm pronouncing it
I'll
right.
be Esau, and then you can be the other brother.
Okay. So
Yes, that's what it is. Fuck.
Jacob and Esau.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm Jacob.
Yeah, you're Jacob.
Yeah.
And I'm Esau.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm gonna steal your birthright from lentil.
That's right.
Yeah,
Esau is
don't
the
steal my
favorite.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jacob tricks his father into giving him the.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll figure out all of that. The name. I'm looking at the names here.
I was digging Horizon
Yeah, Horizon's good.
as the ship name.
The ship name.
As a ship name.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, that can be both, right? Can be
campaign,
both the name of the campaign and the. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
What about
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. It works for both.
the ship
I like
name
it.
and the campaign?
Yeah. That works for me.
Fair enough.
Let's do that until we find something better. But I like it.
The ship of the name used to be like the horizontal samba.
No.
But half of it is raised now.
So let's see. Do I have to? Can I rename that?
That's some deep lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only people who got to the end of this video will know.
No
Only
one's
that,
got to the end of this video.
Only St. James.
Yeah.
And
And
Nomea, Orthodoxos.
Yeah.
No.
Mayo. All right.
Horizon. I'm just. There we go. It's official. Save changes.
There you go.
Okay. Hey, you found this interesting? I'm so glad you did. That's great. I'm glad you were here.
Comments on our sessions.
We had tons of comments and really good comments too. It was great. And James, thanks for sticking around. It's late. We're gonna let Max go to bed. Phil has to get to bed.
You don't know how I live.
Yeah, that's right. I shouldn't be telling them.
Another half bottle to get through.
We're excited about this. For those of you that joined us late, again, the intention here is that we are going to start something and we're going to try to keep it going for up to 6 months on a weekly basis with potentially a rotating cast of characters. The group may change over time. People come in, can't make it, can make it, grows, shrinks. But we're going to try to keep it going to see if we can, in a 4D style, do a coherent and consistent world. It's going to be Monday nights. That works for the three of us and hopefully a few others that'll join us later on. And we'll see how it goes. I think it'll be great. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Please do yourself a favor. Go sub to Reactionary Principle Gaming and at Phil the Thrill. I am Table Runner Crispy. Thank you so much. We will catch you on the next one. Bye.
All right. Take care.